Hi, my name is Paul Grogan and welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Anachrony. I'm joined tonight by Arthur and Stuart. Thank you very much for joining me. Neither of you two have played this game.
Nope.
So what we're doing tonight is we're going to be playing the very base game of Anachrony, which fans of the game have said, why are you playing the base game of Anachrony? You really should use some of the extra bits. But no, we're going to strip it right back to the basics and we're going to play the base game of the Anachrony. I have the Infinity box down here. It's got all of the expansions in and everything else, but even the base game comes with some variants, and we're not going to use any of those. So you're just going to get the pure, raw, vanilla experience today. It is a 1 to 4 play game. There is a solo mode included in the game, which is really good. And this is not a sponsored playthrough, so this is going to be rougher than my professional paid-for videos. It is not a sponsored video, so I haven't taken all of the time needed to prepare for it. But I have played this game quite a bit over the years, and because it's not a sponsored video, we can say what we think. So after we finish the game, I will be asking for your initial thoughts on it after one game. Okay. But a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. If you like the content that I create and you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/gaming rules. And after this video has gone up, if somebody is watching it back and spots any mistakes, please let me know and I will add some Klingon subtitles on screen. So turn on the subtitles, switch into the Klingon channel and let us know. Now, we're actually filming this video on Friday, the 26th of May. It is going out live to Patreon supporters. Some of the Patreon supporters are watching us live at the moment. So thank you very much if you are watching us live. And if you do spot something as we're playing live that we've done wrong, please let us know and we will correct it. But for everybody else who's watching it back afterwards, as I say, if you do spot something and we haven't corrected it during the playthrough, please leave me a comment. Something in front of the green screen behind Paul. Is there? I think it's that. It's that. It's the remote control for the camera. So I think we're all good. Yeah, I think we're good. Right, so Anachrony. There's a story. I'm not going to read all of it because it's quite a lot. But basically, the world has changed. It is the 26th century and New Earth is slowly recovering from the day where a mysterious catastrophic explosion shook the entire planet. So that has happened. The majority of the population was exterminated and most of the surface became uninhabitable. No one understood what really caused the apocalypse. The only thing the survivors could do was find shelter until the dust settled. The remnants of humanity organised along 4 radically different ideologies called paths. There is the peaceful path of harmony. Is that none of us? Right, so they've gone. That didn't work. The stern path of dominance. That's Arthur. Ever cruising the oceans aboard their huge metropolis ship, the Atlantean. The cunning path of progress.
That's me.
Which is Stuart. Looking down on Earth from their city in the sky, and the devout path of salvation, which is me, dwelling in huge underground halls and chambers. Followers of the 4 paths live in a fragile peace, but almost complete isolation. Their only meeting point is the capital, which is the last independent city on Earth, led by a governing body of the World Council. Right, that's the backstory. Many years later, explorers discovered a rich seam of an unknown substance at the desolate Ground Zero from when the big asteroid hit. The durable and light neutronium, as they named it, proved excellent as building material. To commemorate the 300th anniversary of the apocalyptic day, the World Council initiated the construction of 5 monuments made entirely of neutronium, representing the 4 paths and the world capital. When the celebration started, the delegations of the 4 paths witnessed humanity's most life-changing event. Time rifts from the future opened up on the monuments, revealing the true power of the mysterious neutronium. When exposed to energy, it is capable of opening wormholes through time. The connection with the future gifted humanity with unprecedented growth and prosperity, but also led to a grim realization. The purgation, which is the name for the apocalyptic event that happened, was the result of the very first of the time rifts. The devastating energy of a future asteroid impact was transferred back in time due to the massive amount of neutronium within the asteroid's matter. The impact is now looming on the horizon, threatening to devastate not only the past, but also the future. With the assets of present and future at their disposal, each faction will do everything to prepare for the upcoming impact and dominate humanity's future as the one true path. So I said I wasn't going to read it all out, and I did. Basically, that's it. So it's in the future. there's been this apocalyptic event, but there's going to be another one. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we are trying to gain victory points to prove ours is the right path. And when the game ends, it will be the player with the most victory points that wins. Victory points is the icon with the flag. So anytime you see an icon with a flag next to it, that means victory points. Now, we're going to be playing the game over a maximum of 7 rounds. We want to take one of our markers and put it on here. This is round 1 that we're in now. When we move to round 2, we'll go here, then round 3, then round 4. Look what's going to happen in round 4. So that's when the asteroid hits. What's this one do? Is that...
I was going to ask that question.
Did you not need that one? Yeah, you've got 2 scientists and 2 engineers. So it's yours.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So this isn't a round itself. This is when the impact happens. And then when the impact happens, certain things are going to change. And then a maximum of 7 rounds. It could end earlier. And in fact, in most of my games, it does end in round 6. But it might go to round 7. We're using this side of the board. This is the 2 to 3 player side of the board with fewer spaces. If you use the 4 player side of the board, there are more spaces to go. Right. So essentially, have you got a player aid in your boat? These are really good. Each round consists of these 6 phases. I'll go through them very briefly now. And then on the reverse side of this is what happens in the impact. And as I say, I'll go through most of that when we have the impact. You not got one of these?
Don't think so.
Okay, let's try and find you one. Could be that there's only 4 included in the game. And I've got one in one of the other. This is the Papa Pine. We don't like them. So steal their player aid. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, we also need to determine start player. Let's do the start player at random. That one. Arthur, you're the start player. So you start with 0 extra water. Put them there like that. I think I get 1 extra water. And I think, Stuart, you get 1 extra water as well. Let me just check that in the rules. 0, 1, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, again, it's not a sponsored video, so I'm not going to give a full tutorial of how everything works. But I will go through it, obviously, for you two, because you've not played it before. So we're going to go through these 6 phases. Phase 1 is preparation, where we are going to refill the mine with the different types of metals that we can mine for that turn. We're also going to refill the recruit pools, which is extra people that we can recruit for that turn. We will reveal the next super project. So these are super projects. That one's already revealed. You always reveal the one for the next round ahead of time. And building stacks. So there are, forget that one, that's an anomaly. There are 4 building stacks available, and the top tile of each stack is available, as well as 1 extra. So what we're going to do next round is we're going to take that one and put it on there. And it would go over that one, unless somebody builds one, okay? But we do that. Then phase 2 is the paradox. So if any, because we can time travel in this, basically we are in contact with our future selves. If you've seen Bill and Ted, it's basically Bill and Ted's of the board game. We're in contact with our future selves and we can ask for stuff and they will send it back in time so that we get more stuff. Which sounds great. But if you do that too much, you end up causing paradoxes because you're messing around with the space-time continuum. So basically, when we do that, we are putting these warp tiles on here to say, I want to ask my future self to send me this. And the player, for each warp tile, the one with the most, for each one of these, the one with the most tiles on it, roll some dice and bad stuff might happen. Yeah, so that's phase 2. So we don't do phase 2 in round 1 because none of us have done it. Phase 3, you need to decide how many exosuits you want to power up for that turn. So we mentioned in the flavour that this has all been devastated. Okay, this is all dangerous. You cannot go out anywhere in here without an exosuit. And the reason, the way to remember it is that's the hexagonal base. These are hexagonal spaces. So only exosuits can go on here. But what you do is you take your workers and you decide, I'm going to send that scientist in an exosuit, and you're going to send them there. So basically, you can't send these on their own out into the wild. But you have to decide in the power-up phase how many you want to power up. Now, at the start of the game, if I just look at my board here, you can power up 3 of them at no extra cost. At no cost. So you can, if you want to, say, I'm going to power up 3 exosuits, and that's fine. But to power up an additional one will cost you a power core. So if you look at the iconography, anything where there's like a hole that it's going into, that's a cost. So that means you have to pay 1 core in order to do it. So if I wanted to power up 4 in the first round, I would have to spend 1 of these in order to do that. Okay? Quick warning, once the impact has happened, those 2 spaces become unavailable.
Right.
Okay? Also, for every space that is empty, you will gain 1 water, and that's what that icon means. So in phase 3, you do this, and for every exosuit, for every space that doesn't have an exosuit on it, you gain 1 water. That's phase 3. Phase 4 is the warp phase. This is where we secretly decide whether we want to warp 0, 1, or 2 tiles in from the future. So we all do this secretly. Then we reveal, and you basically get what you have requested from the future. You get that immediately. But then the tiles go on here. And that is a permanent record that you requested those things from the future.
So how many can you request?
2.
Up to 2.
Maximum of 2 each time.
0 to 2.
0 to 2.
So is that 9 a limit for the game, or do we get these back?
You'll get them back.
Okay.
Then we do the action round. So phase 5 is the main part of the game. And this is where we take it in turns, performing an action. There's a few different actions that you can do. Well, there's 2. One of them is to place one of your workers into an exosuit onto one of the spaces on this board. And we'll go through all of these later. The other type of action you can do, you can't do at the start of the game. But let's say I had that building. That building is a grey building, so it would go there. And that has a space on it, which looks exactly the same as that. So what you do is, and in fact that one needs an engineer, because it's got the engineer icon on. So what you do is you put that on there. This is within the city, therefore it doesn't need an exosuit. Right. So the 2 actions, the 2 worker placement actions are put a worker onto a building that's got that outline, or send them in an exosuit over here. Anytime you see a circle like this, that is a free action. And the way you mark it is that, but that doesn't cost you an action. So you do that on your turn. In fact, there is an action that you have at the start of the game, which is wake people up. Now, we're probably not going to do that at the start, but you can't use sleepy workers. Workers that are asleep, you can't use them. You've got to wake them up. And that is a space that you can go on to wake them up. We'll come on to that more later on. We keep doing the action rounds until everybody has passed, and then we do cleanup. So workers that have been placed come back. We check to see if there's an impact. We check to see if the game's ended, and then we go on to the next era. All good so far?
All good.
Right, now at the very end of the game, I have chosen 5 at random. I'm going to press this button and hope it's the right one. It is the right one. There are 8 end game scoring cards in the game, and I have chosen 5 of them at random. In fact, Patreon supporters this afternoon gave me 5 numbers between 1 and 8, and they are the ones. So these cards you will see are all worth 3 points each, and this is for the player who did the most of that thing at the end of the game. Okay, so they are end of game objectives. I'll go through them now briefly, and then we can come back to them later on. So this first one is who's built the best time machines. So time machines in the game, and I'm actually just going to sneak this tile out here. That is a time machine with a power of 4.
So how do we know it's a time machine?
Because it's got that icon on, which is this and a backwards arrow. So that is a time machine. It's probably not called a time machine in the book, but I'm going to call it a time machine. And what you do at the end of the game, you add up the total value of all your time machines, and the one with the most will get 3 points. The next one is the player who has done the most time traveling nonsense. The one who's done that the most, and I'll come on to that when I show you the player board in a minute. But the third one is for the highest morale. So at that point, I am now going to show you my player board by pressing the right button. This is the time travel-y track. So every time, and I haven't explained this yet, but every time you do it, you move that marker 1 space forward. Every space is worth 2 points. Just to note, we're playing with the A side of the boards. They're symmetrical. The B side of these boards are not symmetrical, they are asymmetrical. Right? But on the A side of the board, every time you do it, it's worth 2 points, and there's a bonus for whoever did it the most, they get 3 points. The morale track is here.
What if there's a tie?
I think they both get it. I think you both get it in case of a tie. So the morale track is here. Every time you wake up your people in a nice way, you move your morale marker 1 space to the right. Every time you wake them up in a bad way, you move it 1 space to the left. At the end of the game, you will gain or lose the points printed on it, and there is a bonus of 3 points for whoever is furthest to the right at the end of the game. Right. The next one is for whoever's completed the most super projects. We'll come on to super projects more, but that's these big rectangular tiles. Whoever's got the most of those at the end of the game gets an extra 3 points. They're really hard to do. And the final one is for the most water. So they are just bonus objectives that you can go for at the end of the game. Right. Where to start next? We've done the high level approach. Shall we do the preparation phase so that you see what happens? So we're going to reveal the next super project. This is just to give you, once you know the game, you can start planning ahead and think, oh, right, I'll start collecting for that one. Shift the building stacks. Do we shift the building stacks in round 1? I don't know whether we do. Let me just check that. No, I don't think we do. So I've already done the building stacks for round 1 by taking the top tile and putting it there. Yeah, the top buildings of each primary and secondary stack are the ones that can be constructed. Right, then determine available workers. So what we do is we reveal this card here and it tells us which workers are available for this round. So we have 1 scientist, 2 engineers, no administrators, and we have a genius. Genius is a wild card. They act as if they are any other type of worker. Okay, that's that card done. We can put that there. And then the mine, it's got 2 gold, a uranium, and 2 titanium. Now, after the impact, I'll just mention this now, after the impact has happened, the top spot is always neutronium, okay, irrespective of what's on the card. And we also have, that's always titanium, that's always gold, and that's always neutronium. Right, so that's that. Any of these that are not taken disappear, so you don't just keep adding to them. And same here, any that are not here disappear and then. Right, so that's it. That's phase 1 done. Right, the paradox phase we don't do because there are no warp tiles here, so we can skip that. Phase 3 would be the power up phase. So let's go into a bit more details of the rules before we do that. Have I got 3? Oh, and we need to actually pick our starting cards.
Leaders.
So yes, so you've got a leader. You've got a choice of 2 leaders. The leader is going to give you a special ability. You can either pick the one with the prettiest artwork or pick the one with an ability.
This one, scientist can be genius.
All of your scientists are genius.
But what was this one?
That
Water.
one, in phase 6, which is the cleanup phase,
Yeah.
you can spend 3 water to it
what?
looks like it's that action.
What action's that?
That is the science action. You're all about research, your scientific research. So you can do a bonus action at the end of each round by spending 3 water if you choose that leader.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the path of progress, aren't you?
That's great, but don't quite know what the science action would be.
Get science, which you then use to research the super projects. Science is normally used for researching the super projects.
Oh, is that like these things? I guess?
Yes, that is a science thing that you've started.
Okay.
It's getting more of those.
So some kind of resource gathering.
Yeah, so in phase 6, you get 1 resource, I think it's random, and then you can pay 2 water to get any other resource.
Yeah.
So it's basically a gatherer.
This person that trades power cores for water and vice versa.
Yes.
I'll take that one.
Okay, so
Captain
that actually
Wolf.
goes on your player board here.
Captain Wolf is in charge.
I'm going to choose that one, and then I'm going to have to read what it does.
I'm gonna go with the easier one, I think.
Okay, so it just goes on there. Right, the other thing, just before we carry on, I want to mention this. this is your evacuation condition. So one of the things that we all want to try and do once the asteroid has hit, we all need to evacuate. We don't need to, but it's basically an action that we can do that will get us a whole bunch of points. In order to meet the criteria for evacuation, that's the bit on the top. So my criteria is I need to have built 3 of these. If I haven't built 3 of these, I can't evacuate. Yours is to have built 3 of the red ones.
3 of these.
And yours is to build 3 of those. Right, so that's the requirement. Once you've met the requirement, it's then got a printed number of points. But below it is how many more points you can get at that point, at the point you evacuate. So for yours, for every combination of a science tile and 2 scientists.
Is that any science?
That's any science tile.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 scientists. All right.
And Arthur, yours is combinations of engineers and titanium.
Lock the engineers up in titanium.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's again something to factor into account. So I just need to read what mine does. I think I know what it does. I can spend 2 water to get a paradox, I can gain 2 water and take a paradox, or I can spend 2 water and remove a paradox.
Yeah.
I think that's what mine is. Right, okay.
So paradox,
Interesting.
when you get 3 on there,
When you get 3, you get an anomaly. Anomalies are bad. Yeah, anomalies are bad. And we've all got our starting stuff.
What?
Yeah, that's the cost to get rid of it.
You have to kill one of your workers.
Yeah, somebody dies. It's dangerous sorting out
Doesn't sound
anomalies.
good.
Right, so yeah, we're going to skip forward now and we're going to explain the action phase in detail. So as I mentioned, every time you do an action up here, you need to place somebody in an exosuit, and it has to come from an exosuit that you have powered up. You can't just take one from here. And let's go through the actions. This one is really simple. You get 3 water.
Cool.
The reason why the space is like that is multiple people can go here. So as many people as you want can go here in a round, and every time you go here, you get 3 water. Now below it, you will see, if you just press this button here, you will see these icons. This is the bonus or penalty for if you send a particular type of worker. So if you send a scientist, you'll get 1 extra water. So scientists are better at going and hunting for water. You can use engineers, you can use administrators, but you don't get any bonus if you do so.
What about genius?
Geniuses count as anything.
So you can
So
put it as
you can say, oh, you're a scientist. And he goes, oh, okay.
he gets a bonus.
Down here is the merchant in the desert, the nomad who likes trading. So here, you don't get anything, but you can trade stuff. So you can send a scientist or an engineer, and what you do is you trade one of the things for the thing that's next to it. So you could trade one of those power cores for 3 water, or a power core for a neutronium, or any 2 of those goods for 3 water, or whatever. If you send an administrator, you get to do 2 trades.
Okay.
So that's the bonus for sending an administrator. I don't like this space personally because I like to go somewhere and get something, but don't forget about it, because if you've got loads of something and need something else, it's there. Let's zoom over to the mine. So whenever you go to the mine, you choose which space you want to go on, and you get the metal that's to the right of it, and then your choice of any of those 5. So the ones on the right are linked to the space, the ones on the left are not linked to the space. If you send an engineer, then that engineer, he loves mining so much, he gets really excited about it, he comes home and he's wide awake. So every time you send a worker out here to do something, they will come back and they will be asleep, and then you're going to have to wake them up to do something. But engineers that are sent mining will come back awake. That's what the icon means there, with the arrow with the eye symbol. Any questions about mining? Oh, quick note for those people watching, the miniatures do not come painted. I've painted these myself.
So there's only 3 spots then for the
There's
mining.
only 3
That's
spots for the
full.
mining.
That's it.
Right, the next part is this bit here. This is a little different. I'll go through the 3 main actions first, and then we'll talk about these capital spaces here. So you can go on either of them, but that one costs you a water. So you don't want to go on that one. You want to go on that one first, and then once that one's full, you want to go on this one. So what this is doing research. And you can see from here, you can only send scientists. engineers too stupid, administrators too busy filling out paperwork. So you have to send scientists here. And what you do is you take the 2 science dice. One of them is the shape. So there's 2 squares, 2 circles, 2 triangles. One of them is the type. There are 5 different types of technology. That's a question mark, so it can be anything. You take the 2 dice, set one of them to whatever you want, and roll the other one. And that's what you get. So for example, if I say, well, I definitely want a triangular something, and I've rolled that, so I get a triangular chip. So I take that. So yeah, 5 different types and 3 different shapes for each type. These will be used, they're end game points if you collect sets of them, but these are also useful for super projects that we'll come on to in a minute.
So they're not the same as these things.
They are not the same as
different.
those.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different type of triangle.
So what are they called? Those triangles?
These are warp tiles.
Warp tiles.
These are warp tiles. I think they're warp tiles. That's the problem. You play on Board Game Arena. Yeah, these are breakthroughs. That's what these are. Those are breakthroughs.
Tiles.
The other ones I'm pretty sure are warp tiles. Yes, they are warp tiles. Right. Any questions about this action? Right. This is recruiting. Can't send scientists. You can send engineers, but engineers cannot recruit geniuses. You can send administrators. And basically, you take whichever one you want. You get the bonus that's printed to the left of it. So if you recruit a scientist, you get 2 water. Recruit an engineer, he's got a power core in his pocket. Recruit a genius, you take whichever one you want. And what you do is you take them, and they are awake. So they're bright and ready to work for you.
Cool.
And that's how you get more workers. Any questions about this action?
Not really about the action, but have none of us got any administrators at this time?
I do.
You do you? Okay.
I got one, but he's tired.
All right.
He had a hard day's work filling out IR35 paperwork yesterday.
We don't tolerate administrators and path of dominance.
So finally, the build action. Right, this is a big one here. When you do the build action, you've actually got 2 choices. You can either build one of those buildings, any of those 8 that are visible, or you can build a super project. So we'll talk about the building of the buildings first. Now, the cost to build a building is not printed on the tile. It's printed on the space here, okay? And that cost increases depending on how many of those type that you've built. So if I was to build this is my first yellow building, whatever it's called. It cost me 1 neutronium, 2 titanium, and 1 water. So all of that is a cost. I pay that cost and I put it there. And that's mine. Yeah, right. So that's the cost to build. You build from left to right. And these all do different things. I'm more than happy to explain them all. The circles are the free actions. That is the normal actions. That means you can only send an engineer. That means they come back awake rather than sleepy. And down at the bottom is what you get for doing it. So that you send an engineer, you spend 1 titanium, you get a power core. And every single building is worth points at the end of the game. So the ones that are worth 1 point are really good buildings. The ones that are worth 3 points are not so good buildings, but they're worth more points. This one doesn't have an action printed on it, so that does special things. I'll explain them more in detail once we start doing them. You want to build buildings. This is not something that you can just avoid. You do want to be doing this.
Does that mean when you first build it, you get 3 water?
Exactly right, yeah. You get an immediate one-off bonus of 3 water, and then effectively 1 water around is what that is. Building buildings, trading with the nomads. Oh, that's purifying water. That's what that is.
Actually, I have a question concerning Captain Wolf,
Oh, yeah.
who has a special ability to turn water into power cores and
In phase 3.
In phase 3.
Yeah.
Is that once?
No.
Or is that as many
Many times as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, many times you want. Nice. Right. Next, the construct action. Oh, so these are power plants. These are factories. These are life supports, and these are labs. So they're power plants. I call them time machines, but they're power plants.
Will they generally do the same things that will generate exosuits, water?
Slightly different, but the power plants are what you use to travel back in time. So let's talk about that now. And this one is slightly different. because this is spend X water to move X spaces back in time. So if I've got that here, and obviously I'm not going to use it in round 1, but in round 2, all of our markers will be here. And let's say that I've borrowed some neutronium from my future self, right? This is the Bill and Ted part of the game. And if you haven't seen Bill and Ted, have you been seeing Bill and Ted?
I have.
Okay. So I've borrowed 1 neutronium from my future self. Okay. Now the game moves on, so we are now X years later, because I think this is years rather than minutes or days. I've got to send that neutronium back to myself that I borrowed from myself earlier in the game. In other words, you're paying back your own loans to yourself later in the game. Your future self here is actually your present self later in the game. And the way you do that is with these power plants. So what this is spend X water to move your marker that many spaces back. So in this case, I would, in round 2 of the game, I would send a worker here. I would spend 1 water, and I would move that back to there. And when you do that, oh, and I get a point for doing it. Every time you move your marker back to one of these spaces, you may pay that, remove that, which moves that marker up.
So what are you paying with?
The thing.
So this particular example.
So Paul
So
today
you need a purple.
rings up Paul in the future and says, Paul, can I borrow some neutronium? And future Paul says yes.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
And then round 2, future Paul is now present Paul. I'm going, oh, bloody Paul, he wants some neutronium. So I've actually got to, physically in the game, I have to send that neutronium back to me from last round.
So there's two things. One, you have to send this counter back, and 2, you have to sacrifice this purple thing.
And it is a loan, because literally I'm getting a neutronium and then I'm having to pay back a neutronium.
Yeah.
So you might think, well, what's the benefit of that? Well, 2 benefits. I might need the neutronium right now, but also every time you clear one of these, you move that up. So the more of this sending resources into back in the future and whatever you do, you move that up.
And none of us start with time machines, is that right?
Correct. None of us have a power plant at the start of the game.
So the
yellow
traveling, that's an action. So you can travel
is an
over
action.
different time zones.
Yeah, and if you have 2 power plants, and I'll tell you this now because you're asking, if we were here, so if I have a power plant with a 3 on it, I go 1, 2, 3. If I then use another power plant, that resets to there, and then I use it. It doesn't continue to go back. So be very careful. If you decide to borrow something from yourself here, and then on round 6 you think, I probably should pay that back. No, right, it's too late. You're not going to get one of the... Well, actually, that one. If you spent 6 water, you could go all the way back here.
Like if you're there, you can use 2 ones.
No.
Why is 6 water rather than 4 water?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
5.
Okay.
Right. Questions about power plants and time travelling? All good?
Yeah.
Right.
Why would I want to borrow an exosuit? I've got 6. I've got 6 spots.
Because what you'll do is you will power up those 3, for example, right? And then you might spend a power core to power up a 4th one.
Yeah.
And then you'll warp in a 5th one from the future without spending a power core.
Oh, okay. So we need a power core.
Yeah.
It comes powered.
And just a quick note, since you're asking about these, if you bring in somebody from the future, a person, you have to give them a water. Because when they come out of the time machine, they are very thirsty. So you need to give them water at the moment that you recruit them.
All right. So is that an administrator?
That is an administrator. But you don't like administrators.
No. The future I might.
Right. Super projects. Right. So these are the super projects. There's loads of them included in the game. We've shuffled them. We've picked out 7 at random. These are the 2 that are visible. We will reveal the rest of them as we go along. So to build a super project, you have to meet the requirements printed on the tile, which is really expensive. And they generally require... I don't know where my pointy stick's gone. Yeah. They generally require a specific type of breakthrough or any other 2. So that is specifically triangular people or any square and any circle. So for example, Stuart, you've got a square piece of microchip. So if you really wanted this, you need a circle. but there might be a future one that just requires a square microchip.
So I play all that and that.
All that and that, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get 5 rectangle.
And once you do that, you take it, you will get the points printed on it at the end of the game, and it has to go. Now, I'm just going to check this in the rule book because it takes up 2 slots. I think it has to go on the leftmost available spaces. Super project. Power plants focusing, board actions. Construct, here we go, super projects. You ignore the cost printed on the spot because you've paid the cost printed on there. Place the super project on the 2 leftmost horizontally adjacent free spots on your player board. So in other words, if I put that there, I cannot put that there. It would have to go there, there, or there. Now, be very careful because if I were to put it there, I now can't meet my evacuation condition.
Does that not mean you need it
I
anyway?
don't think so. I will ask that to the chat. Martin's in the chat watching. I think if I put that there, because that is 3 of those.
I mean, that's already got the tick thing. What's the reward for that then?
That right.
So
Well,
rescue.
all of these super projects are special and they all have different things. So we'll talk about those 2 now.
Okay, but yeah, if you don't get the right buildings in your...
Because that is the evacuation symbol.
Yeah.
So the rescue pods, let's read what the rescue pods do. Oh, okay. So exactly what I said is wrong. I just said, if I put that there, I don't meet my condition. That's true. The special ability of the rescue pods is you've automatically achieved your condition for evacuation.
Cool.
So that's what that does. It means you can ignore your evacuation condition on your card because that counts as you've actually achieved it.
You still get the points.
You'll still get the
top
points.
Yeah.
So I got slightly lost here. So to do a super project, what action am I taking?
Construct.
It's
Ah,
construct,
it's
where
the
I could build a
construct.
building or I could build a super.
Correct. Building,
Okay.
building,
Yeah.
or super project.
Okay.
They are the 2 options.
And to build that super project, I would need to A, take the action, and B, I need to supply...
Your counter has to be, so you can only build that super project in round 1. In round 2, you can only build that super project unless you travel back in time.
Mhm.
So you can only build the super project where your counter is.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you pay all of the stuff and you take it and you
All
put it in
right.
your
So paying all your stuff. So
Yep.
so that would be a core,
Power core,
and 2
titanium,
3
3
water, and
and then
one
the-
of those 2 conditions.
Yes.
This condition is
Is specifically a triangular people breakthrough. It is
which you
specifically
have
that.
taken a breakthrough.
A scientific research
Scientific
thing,
research.
yeah.
Okay.
Or any old square and any old
And
circle.
is that the only use for these breakthroughs?
Points at the end of the game
Yeah.
if you collect sets of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right. The point of the breakthroughs is for the super projects.
All right. The alternative is one could pay a square.
Any old square and
And what-
any old circle.
And what are those squares and circles? Are they
Different-
breakthroughs as well?
Different shapes.
Of breakthrough?
Yes.
So you build them in the same
Yeah.
way. Okay. So you can have a triangular breakthrough or a square and a circular breakthrough.
You have to pick your
Well, a
side.
triangular
specifically,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, okay.
Okay, while we're here, the Outback Conditioner. Love the names of these. You go there with any worker, spend 2 water. It allows you to take a standard recruit, research, or construct action. Oh, right. In other words, it allows you to
Do one of the main
do one of these 3.
Without suit.
on your home.
It's an Outback Conditioner.
Without suit.
It-
Without
it's a special suit, and you go there and you drink some water and you rush out and you do the thing and come back. And when the others get revealed, we'll talk about those.
Yeah, okay.
Paul would fail his evacuation, but rescue pods would fix that. Yes, exactly. So, right. That's all of the actions on the board except for the capital, which are these 2 spaces here. Now, I've been playing on Board Game Arena, so I want to make sure I get this bit right. So this is the World Council. It's the World Council. Okay, so this is the capital. And if you go to the World Council, when you go there, you can choose one of the capital actions from either of these two spaces, as long as there are no more available spaces. So once these two have been used, if you really wanted to do this action, you can, but you go to one of those two spaces to do it. So yeah.
So it's kind of like a copy action out of, I don't know,
Yeah.
Can it be-
But this space means that you will become the first player next round.
Okay. Can it be any worker, or does that have to match the lower worker condition?
It has to match. Yeah. So if you went here with a scientist, you then couldn't do this action because scientists can't do that action. Yeah. Worker restrictions and benefits apply, but the space-related features do not. The one thing we didn't talk about, sorry, was the construct action. Scientists can construct things. Engineers can construct things, and when they do, you get a discount of 1 titanium. Administrators cannot construct. We forgot that, and I forgot that when talking about the construct action. So yeah, so the World Council, this space, pay 2 water, you will become the first player from next round onwards. This space, you just pay 1 water. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions about the actions? Because that's pretty much it.
I think I'll do have a couple of questions.
Yeah. Fire away.
You mentioned something about workers are asleep, workers can be woken up. You haven't.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned that. Thank you. So there's 2 ways to wake your workers up. There's the nice way, which is put any worker on here and spend the water depicted below where it currently is. So in this case, 5. What that does is it wakes them all up and you gain morale because you've woken them up nicely. If you use an administrator, then at the end of the round when workers are retrieved, that administrator loves waking people up so much, he's still awake. Otherwise, if I used a scientist to wake people up, everybody would wake up, but then at the end of the round, the scientist would go to sleep.
So can you end up in a situation where everyone is asleep?
Yes.
And
that's when you do the second option. So the second option is a free action, doesn't cost you any water, everybody wakes up, but you lose a point of morale.
Okay. Now, the other sort of question I had was I did look at a rules explanation, sort of half listened to a rules explanation earlier today, and they said something about you couldn't always use geniuses. There were circumstances where you couldn't use geniuses.
So if somebody has an evacuation condition, which is for scientists, and yours is for engineers, I believe, and somebody in the chat will correct me if I got this wrong, it has to be specifically scientists.
Okay, and that's the only exception?
I think that's the only one. Okay. So engineers can do the job of anybody else, but for the purposes of these, they don't count as that. We'll rely on the chat.
And then last question, you talked about borrowing resources from the future. Is that a free action?
No, so what you do is in phase 4, that's where we secretly decide 0, 1 or 2.
Yep, you did explain that.
What we haven't explained is the paradox. So let's say, for example, in round 1, I put these 2 tokens in my hand. And let's say, Stuart, you put 2 tokens in there as well. And let's say, Arthur, you put 1 token in there, just for example. On round 2, in the paradox phase, we go through each of these in turn. The player or players with the most warp tiles on there roll this dice that Eurogamers hate and sometimes don't use it. And that's how many paradoxes you get.
Why do they hate?
Because there is 4 single paradoxes, 1 blank and 1 double.
Probably pretty bad to get the double, right?
And it's pretty bad to get the double, and if you get the blank, you're really lucky. So a few people I know, including me sometimes, don't use the dice, and you just get 1. Because otherwise you can get a bit unlucky. And you roll, I believe you roll for each of these. So if you've got the most on there, the most on there, the most on there, the most on there, you're rolling loads. But I think there's a rule that, because once you've got 3 paradoxes, you get an anomaly. And these anomalies are all the same. This goes, I believe, like Super Projects on the leftmost empty space. Minus 3 points at the end of the game. The benefit of getting an anomaly is that the one-off bonus is you remove one of the warp tiles. You've caused the anomaly. The rift has happened. You can remove one of your warp tiles. But the downside is it's -3 points at the end of the game. Now you can put a worker on there, spend all of that. The worker dies, but you repair the anomaly. And I think there's a rule that you can only get one of those per paradox phase. You cannot geniuses to pay for past workers.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Past workers.
So if I've asked for a scientist there, I can't.
You can't send a genius back. Okay? Right. So I'm just checking on the whole paradox phase thing to make sure I've got that right. Because, yeah, there is a limit. Paradox phase. Starting from the left, you check every timeline tile with at least one warp tile on it. One the most, etc., etc. After receiving a third paradox token, you get the anomaly. When this happens, you stop rolling for paradoxes.
Everyone or just you?
Just you. Yeah.
Okay. So another question. Have you...
Oh, in fact, it's in here. If players prefer predictability, they may agree not to use the paradox die at all. So it's not a house rule, it's an official rule. What do you two think?
Well, you know I'm lucky with die.
We've got beginner's luck, haven't we?
So are you happy to roll the die? You
I
have
don't
to go with the
mind.
dice?
Yeah, whichever way.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad they put it in there because it makes me feel less bad when I change it.
They get all doubles now. aren't we?
Yeah, it's all doubles.
As long as you all get doubles, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
One other question. Have you ever explained this game to a non-gamer?
Oh, no. No, this is not a game that I would use on somebody. What have you played? Monopoly. Right, here we go. No, this is some people class this as a medium weight game. The people who class this as a medium weight game are used to heavy games. I think this is heavy,
Medium heavy.
but once you've played this 2 or 3 times, it doesn't feel as heavy as it is
Sure,
initially.
Sure. As always the
Yes.
case.
Right. Well, if we're ready to start.
One more question. You mentioned that the game might last 7 rounds. Or it might
Yeah.
What
So
would
something
it do?
happens after the impact,
Right.
and these spaces will change,
Mhm.
and I'm going to put tiles on them. When you use a space with a tile on, the tile gets removed. When all the tiles have been removed, the game ends.
Okay.
That might happen. It probably won't happen there, but it might happen. So theoretically, it could happen in round 5.
Right.
If round 5 comes,
Yeah.
we put tiles on all of these, we all go to these actions, game over.
All right. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Get your time machine ready.
Yeah.
So
Arthur, could I ask you to put your resources where you've got your warp tiles at the moment, just so that they're a bit more visible?
just want to check anything, any workers I've used in the round. At the end of the round, they come back tired for the next round. do they?
Unless it's got the
Unless it's got
eyeball on.
they don't
Yeah.
go to sleep. And then so if I spend all my workers this round, next round I'm going to be really struggling unless I wake them up.
Unless you wake them up. Yeah, unless you prod them awake.
Okay.
So we've done phase 1. We're not doing phase 2. It's powering up.
And there's no
Do you
cost.
want your warp tile back?
Oh, this is
The first 3 are free. Every other one you power up will cost you a warp core.
okay.
So I have spent 1 warp core to power up 4 exosuits.
What's the significance of this icon?
After the impact, that space will
They
be
go
blocked.
away. Okay. These are all the same. There's no thing special about the 3 spaces
No.
at the back.
No.
And I spend the warp core now, presumably.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the way I'm thinking, I've got 4 workers. If I was going to build that, I might only want to power up 3 exosuits, but you might want to use one of the exosuits to recruit, which means suddenly you've got an extra worker. So
I'll power up 2.
you've got 5 exosuits, but you've only got 4 workers.
Yes.
But you're going to be doing something right.
I'm
Okay.
going to ask for an extra one.
Right, warping. So what we do is we take all of these tiles secretly in our hands. And we decide what we want to warp in.
We decide we know what we're doing. But okay, so this is people. They arrive woken.
They arrive woken up. Yep. Okay.
I forgot I've actually got to give these people back. That's something.
So you get a scientist who is awake, as long as you spend a water.
Does that go back into...
Arthur, you get 2 water. I get 2 water. Oh, but then you spend 1 of those water, and you get an engineer.
Where do I get an engineer from?
You've also got a warp tile there.
And the engineer goes here.
Yes, he's awake. That was yours as well. Now, I'll tell you this now. And this is the decision I made an hour before you arrived. The next time you play this game, you will want to use this side of the tiles.
Oh.
Every tile is different, and the warp tiles are placed in order, starting from there, in turn order.
Even more complexity.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to go, oh my god, that's... Or do I want to go on there? Oh, what, he's going before me, but he's going to probably bid 1. So yeah, it gives you a whole extra level to
What's
think about.
the star symbol? What was that one? But what does that do if you went
That
there?
moves your morale back.
Oh, okay.
That's bad. The red ones are bad.
That's the star, yeah.
Yeah, red bad. So yeah, we're not using them for your first game. You can
Okay.
tell me afterwards whether I made the right decision or not. Or right, so we've all gained our stuff. So it is now action rounds. Arthur, your first action. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to build something, I think. So
Pop an engineer
Send an
in
engineer.
an exosuit,
in a suit.
send him outside into the wilderness.
Does it matter where I go? Yeah,
Well,
cheap
that space
place.
costs you 1
Yeah, I'll go
water.
in the cheap place.
That one doesn't.
Right, so
Because you used an engineer,
yeah.
you get a discount of 1 titanium.
So ideally I should build something that costs titanium.
Most things do. In fact, everything does.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
cost
it's
of
the
yeah. Okay, so I want to build
A factory.
the factory.
Yep, so you can build that one, or you could build that one.
So the cost is a 1 titanium and 1 gold.
Yes.
And I'll build this one.
And it goes on there.
That goes there.
There you go. And that's 1 point at the end of the game. And you have a space that you can use.
And we cycle around taking.
We just keep going around until we all pass.
So
Yeah.
that's me, I guess.
Right. Well, I think I want to build as well. And I have an engineer. So we're going to put an engineer in. I'm cheating already. I'm going to put an engineer in this exosuit. And we're going to go here. So that costs me 1 water to go there. And then I am going to buy... I'm going to buy this one. So this costs me 1 neutronium, 1 titanium with the discount, and 1 water. And that goes on there. That goes in there. That goes in there. Done.
Okay.
I've got 2 gold.
Do we get a new one there, though?
No.
Or no, it just stays as it is, all right?
I believe it stays as it is. I'll double check that while you're taking turn. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use...
Yeah, so if you build the building from the primary stack, which is what Arthur did, the one that's underneath it becomes immediately available. And if there were 2 in the secondary stack, you build the top one, the one underneath it becomes available.
Right.
So I'm going to use a administrator to recruit a scientist.
So administrator goes out, goes into here, and you recruit the scientist, and you gain 2 water for doing that. So there's 2 water, and the scientist is eager and ready to go.
Didn't need to bring the one from the future.
No, but remember, when you send that one back, you'll get 2 points for
yes.
doing it. So
Yes.
Right. Feel like I should be doing some research. As I've got chock load of scientists. So if I go to that's the research area, isn't
Yep.
it? So if I go there, it's going to
you select one of the dice to a side that you want,
Yeah.
and then roll the other one.
And we can hang on to these things
breakthroughs.
that are breakthroughs that are
Yes,
produced. Yeah,
absolutely. And they're worth points at the end of the game if you get set.
right.
What's the
A
set?
set is one of each shape, irrespective of the icon on it.
Okay.
The alternative.
I think it's... I'll check. I can't remember how many points it is at the end of the game for each set. Maybe 2?
Okay, so the alternative is I could send an engineer to the mining area.
He's an engineer. He loves mining.
He loves mining. He doesn't fall asleep. And it matters where I go because that affects what I pick up. And I haven't got any yellow at the moment, so I think I'll go for gold.
So you want going for gold. So you get the gold, and then you can either have any of those.
I'll have another grey one, I think.
Titanium.
Yeah. And there was no cost.
Final scoring. 2 points. I was right. Yeah, so for each circle, triangle and square, irrespective of the icons, it's 2 points a set. Oh, and each tile is worth 1 point anyway. So each one of these is 1 point, and then an extra 2 points for each set. So, right. 'Tis me. So, I'm going to send a scientist to here. Can't send scientists to there. Cheating already. All I've got is scientists. Now that's not ideal, is it? Is that right? Started with 3 scientists and 1 engineer.
You can send your engineer to build.
Well, no, the engineer's gone. He's already built. All I've got left is 3 scientists. Well, let's send a scientist here to do some science research. So I'm actually going to choose that icon.
Oh, you can choose one of the
dice you can choose,
Okay.
and then you roll the other one.
I thought it was just a shape.
So I've got some circular DNA.
Cool. Alright, I will send...
Yeah, Brett is saying, wake up your lazy administrator. Where's my... Oh yeah, I could do. I could have woken the administrator up and then use the administrator. Yeah, I might do that.
I'm going to use a genius as a administrator.
That's a
and-
scientist.
Sorry, yeah, but it can be a genius, can't it?
Oh yeah, so all of your scientists are geniuses.
Yeah, so I'll make
Oh, right,
him
pretty good.
a collector worker, so I'll spend 1 water
Is it going?
on the worker one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have
The
an
engineer.
engineer.
Yep, or the genius.
I'll have an engineer because my scientists are already geniuses. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
might
So there's
need an
an
engineer
engineer,
for
and that
something.
comes with a...
warp core, which
Power
I need. Power core.
All these breakthroughs are very expensive. Special projects or whatever.
They are.
Hideous
But
things.
remember, whoever's done the most special projects at the end of the game,
Yeah.
which might just be 1. I've done 2 once. I have managed to do 2. I've seen somebody do 3. Yeah. Let me know if you're watching this video back afterwards. How many super projects have you seen a single player build in a game? There's the first question for the comments.
So how do you get the purple stuff?
Well, it's in the asteroid, which hasn't hit yet.
Okay.
There are other ways you can get it.
We can
So
ask for it, can't we?
you can ask for it from the future.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Nomad Trader has some.
Yeah.
The bloke who lives beyond the Dune Sea. Yeah, and certain buildings here can produce it. But
All
they
right.
haven't come out yet.
Before I forget, I think I'm going to send my engineer here.
Yeah, with 3 water, he generates 2 power cores.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, so yeah, one option is I wake that one up, and then I could have used that one to go recruiting. Which I still can because these spaces are available.
Yeah.
I think first, I'll send a scientist out to purify some water. So because he's a scientist, I get an extra 1. I get 4 water. 2, 3, 4.
Right, I will send a scientist as a engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, no. It's all right. Change that. I'm going to send my scientist to do some science.
Yep.
Technology.
You spend 1 water.
1 water.
And then set one of the dice to whatever you want.
I'm not quite sure what I need. Let's go for a triangle.
Okay, so what'd you get?
Triangle and a question mark.
Your choice.
Woohoo! Okay.
Do you want the triangular people?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not?
Right, so my scientist is going to do some trading.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to trade a power core.
Yep. For some neutronium.
For a neutronium.
There you go. That you're doing business with it. And this is a space that multiple people can use again. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to send a scientist here. I'm going to spend 5 water. Move that to there. Waking. I want
God, there's a lot of water.
a lot of water for waking up 1 person, but I did get 2 points out of it.
I am going to use a scientist as a engineer for a construction. I'll put on the council 1 water tile.
You don't want to go first next round?
No, so
Okay.
I'm running out of water.
Yeah. So 1 water to go there.
And I'm going to construct.
And you're building. And it's using the scientist as a genius as an engineer. Right, got it. John's watching in the chat and he's saying that he's built 4 super projects once. Wow. That's John.
Of course. No, I need to build these. Don't know what they do. So, do I have to build that now?
Yep.
Pay for that now?
Yep.
Oh, I should have checked I can afford it.
Well, you're using an engineer, so you get a discount of 1 titanium.
Oh, cool. So, it's just 1 of the greens,
And a water.
titanium, and a water.
Yeah. Okay, so that is put a worker on there, spend a power core, and get an exosuit. So, how is that any different from this space? I don't think it is.
I don't really know.
It's just you don't have to decide that you're doing it at the time.
Yeah.
But it's also worth.
But I need it for
Yep, you need it for
that.
that. Yeah.
So, do something.
Is it me?
Tis you.
Right, last scientist. Get in your transport and over here.
Go here.
So I'll get a discount of
Nope, you get an extra 1 water.
extra water.
You get 4 water.
So why am I getting a load of water?
So it's
Oh,
3.
sorry, I've not gone where I thought I'd gone.
Where
So
you
for all those dice, I'd have had to go there, would I? Which I
That's
can't.
here.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll take the water then.
Okay. So I've got this administrator. Now, what's he going to do? What is he going to do? Administrators can't construct. That's a shame. So I think he's going to go off and do some mining. And he's like, I don't like mining. I'm like, shut up. Get down the mine. I'll take that. And I'm also going to take... I'm going to need more titanium. Even though I want the gold, I'll take the titanium.
So at the end of this round, we're going to have a load of people asleep.
Yep.
Is it going to cost like 5 water to wake each one individually?
No, 5 to wake everybody up.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Okay. That's better.
It was only expensive for me because I only had one there.
Yeah. Okay.
And your engineer here is going to come back awake.
Indeed.
I'll use the scientist as an engineer. I'll put him on the mine.
So you get the titanium.
Away. Titanium
And you want gold or uranium?
uranium, please.
So it's back to me. So I could wake this person up, but if I woke them up, what would I do with them?
You've nothing to do with them.
So I'm probably passing at this point.
I'm also passing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so potentially,
I
you
can
use
bring
it
that one
now,
back.
spend a power core, get a mech, And then we've both passed, and then you send them out and
all you can really
do something.
Get some water.
You got
for
3
next
water.
round.
Right, we're all done.
All done.
Okay, so workers come back and either sleepy or awake. So that was a scientist acting as a genius, which is an engineer. So that one's awake.
I think these ones are mine, aren't they?
You're the silver ones, yeah. So that one's awake.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
That's asleep.
So this guy's awake, okay.
That's asleep. That's asleep. That one's asleep. In fact, I think all of the rest of them are asleep, aren't they?
It doesn't really matter if this guy comes back asleep, because pretty much have to wake everyone up anyway.
Yeah. I think they're all asleep. Sleep. These are all asleep.
Oh, and this guy comes back. This guy comes back asleep?
Yeah, unless there's the eye on it. So that one's asleep. Oh yeah, I messed this up. Because everybody's asleep.
So don't let me forget next turn. In the power-up phase, I want to use my special ability, which I will forget.
Okay.
So I'm so excited.
So to
Doing
one
other
water to wake up one person.
Nope. It's that number of water
Oh,
wake
your
up
morale.
everybody.
5, and then it gets higher as your morale
Yeah.
goes up. Okay.
So check for impact. No impact. Check for game end. No. Next era. So we move those to there. Right, round 2. Preparation. So we reveal this. If we try and work out what that does.
No idea.
I think that was fairly obvious.
Oh, never mind, you get an extra one.
Oh, some neutroniums turned up.
This.
There we go.
I need neutronium, I've got some.
I wish I spent that one water to be first now.
Of these. That. People. So these two, they weren't wanted. That one comes back with another genius and a scientist and an administrator. Yeah, so the bonus resource when mining that can't be neutronium. Just the basic 3. Shift building stacks. So we take that and put it there. Take that, put it there. Yeah, and they are our buildings. If you want to know what any of them do, let me know. If you can work it out, great. And now we do phase 2. So, Arthur,
I appear to have the most anomalies.
you have the most warp tiles on the first timeline tile.
So I'm the only one who throws dice, right?
You're the only one that throws the dice.
On blink,
There you go. You get a paradox.
which is a third of a anomaly.
A third of an anomaly.
Anomaly.
Right, powering up.
So is there any way to get rid of these off of here?
That one would do it.
Yeah, that one will do it. I've got a special power that can do it.
And at some point, I've got to send an engineer and 2 water back.
At some point,
After I invented a time machine.
after you've built a power plant, yeah. Right, so I'm definitely powering up 3.
All right, so we're now in phase 3.
Okay.
Oh, this doesn't work. I've messed this up already. Turn order didn't change, did it? Because nobody went here.
I believe so, yeah.
Or did I go there?
Not right.
I can't remember now.
No one went there.
Nobody went there.
Open.
Right, okay.
Certainly Stuart was given the option to go there and he didn't.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't afford it.
So it cost me that to
Power up a 4th one.
power it forward one, and then I'm going to use my special ability to change 2 core into 4 water. Well, I've got 3 here.
It's expensive.
I'm going to power up 5, spend 2 cores.
I'm going to spend 1 to make it.
I'm sure I can get more.
Did we get the water for the spare spaces?
No, we didn't.
Did I forget that last round?
We did all forget that, yeah.
Okay. Everybody's owed a bit of water.
Because...
So for each space you don't power up,
which was 2.
so I should have gained 2 for last round and 2 for this round. You should have gained 1 for last round and 1 for this round. And you should gain 4. We're running out of water.
All right, we're going to spend loads of it in a second, aren't we?
Okay, apologies for that. I did miss that in round 1. I will try and remember to add a Klingon subtitle on screen, but at least we remembered it now.
I might have done something different things, but anyway, we are. It's a learning game. I realised I had more water than I had.
What's
Did you want to change
No, I'll go with it.
that bit?
yeah.
Swapping the power core for the...
Yeah, I'll keep one power core
Yeah.
back, I think.
Okay.
So I've probably got more than I need.
So we've powered up. Warping.
Oh, yes. What do I need?
I need to check a rule, but there's people watching who can probably answer this. For the purposes of this objective, I think that counts as 0.
Oh, does it? Okay.
That's what I'm going to guess, because what else could it count as?
I should probably do this, but you can't see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is it tiles or?
No, it's the total number.
You did say the total number.
Yeah.
In the explanation.
Okay. I spend 1 water,
Does that mean we all get punished?
and I bring an administrator from the future who's got 1 job
So I spend a water.
to wake everybody up.
Well, I'll keep that.
Yeah, keep it there.
I get administrator from the future, please. The future.
Can I please have 2 water?
Okay.
Thank you.
Right, action rounds. Arthur, you're still the first player.
Yeah. So, I need to wake people up. So, there's 2 ways to do it. One is the on-friendly way, as you call it.
Which is a free
It's
action.
a free action and would move that there, would it?
Yep.
And that means at the end of the game I score -4?
-2. The one that
it's
it's on.
sitting on. Okay.
Yeah.
The alternative is I can spend 5 water
Yep.
and send
Any
someone.
worker here, but if it's an administrator,
He stays awake.
he stays awake.
Although I question that. Well, I suppose there's a little bit of value having somebody awake. I'll send an engineer
Okay.
and I'll spend 5 water.
That's your first action, and that wakes everybody up.
Get up, you lazy so-and-sos.
Well, surprise, surprise, I'm doing something very similar, except I'm spending 6 water, that thankfully I now have because of the thing we forgot, and everybody wakes up.
Oh, sorry. Does anything move in this situation? That moves
It
to the
moves
right.
to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to send my engineer to build.
Yep. The building.
I will build this one, which will be 1 green,
1 uranium, 1
Uranium,
titanium, and 2
2
water.
water.
That's your second lab.
Oh.
Did we do my special ability? Yes, you did do your special ability.
I did.
Mine is phase 5. I chose not to do mine.
Mine, yeah, is always active pretty much.
Okay, I am going to build something. So for that, basically, you're better off using
You're
engineers.
better off using an engineer because you had a discount.
So it cost me a water.
1 water to go there.
I'm going to build a time machine because it seems like that might be important.
Which one do you want to build?
This one, because that counts towards the thing, whereas the other
It
one
does.
doesn't.
Yep.
Now this goes
Okay.
here.
John's saying he thinks it counts as 1. The X.
Oh, okay.
Seems fairer than 0. I will check that in the rules.
Anyway, so that cost me a purple, neutronium, and 2. Oh, don't I get discount for having an
You
engineer?
get a discount of a titanium,
Yeah, so
the grey one.
it cost me a purple and a grey. Okay. And a water? Yeah.
So, yeah, it counts as 1. Okay, so the X counts as 1 for the purposes of the end game scoring. You're all done?
Yeah.
So the building has happened.
Building.
Well, let's send an engineer out and we'll do some mining. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to get the uranium and the neutronium.
Ooh.
That. Lovely purple resources.
Right, I'm going to use my scientist as an admin here, and that will wake
Wake everybody up. At no cost of water, but no movement of the morale.
Boost.
Back to you, Arthur.
Looking at costs of things. Basically, I've not got enough of anything.
No. Need more stuff.
Yeah. Now, so at the end of this round, we're gonna. I'm gonna same situation of having the most.
You'll be rolling a dice for this,
Yeah.
and you'll be rolling a dice for that.
Although that is perhaps a problem I can fix. Because if I understand it correctly, if I send. Oh, mind you, maybe I should.
If you put a scientist on the power plant, you'll
Go
move
back
your,
in time.
your token back to here. If you
Yeah.
then paid either 2 water
Yeah.
or an engineer, the engineer that you send back, I just want to check. Am I able to zoom in on the buildings? I can. I've actually got a preset for that, and I forgot to put it on. Yeah, so they are the buildings.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah.
can only buy these if you can build them at the time. So you have to.
Yes, so the construct action is you take one of those and put it on your board. It isn't take it and put it to the side.
Yeah.
It's take it and build it. So yeah, thank you, John. I will do that at the start of each round when we do the buildings.
Okay, but for the moment, I'm
Yeah.
going to send an engineer to the mines, and then we're going to have some gold,
So gold and
and I think a tin.
Titanium?
Titanium, yeah. Yep. Now, are there any costs to doing that?
Nope.
It's just
he'll come back awake because he's happy. What was I looking up?
you were looking up the
Oh,
engineer.
When you
If I send an engineer back,
if you send an engineer back,
I guess they evaporate each other. I'm guessing.
Well, what happens to it?
Well, I mean, if I send water, presumably it goes away. So I imagine if I send an engineer, it goes away.
oh, it goes away. I just don't know if it has to be awake or it
Oh.
can be asleep.
Ah, that's handy. Yeah, put that body.
Yeah. while he's not looking, don't wake Dave up. Just throw him in there and send him back in time. It'll be fine. It'll be all fine. So using power plants. Power plant time travel. Send an asset back through the time rift. This represents the assets being sent back in time, and technically these goods being spent are the very same goods that you received in the past. Workers must be spent from the active column, and exosuits must be spent. They must be powered up exosuits. So you have to power one up, and then send it back in time.
They have to be awake.
It had to be. I mean, thematically that makes sense.
Right. So basically, I'd have to do that, would I? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
What we're saying is, if you warped in an exosuit from the future,
Yeah.
when you send that exosuit back, it has to be one of these, not one of these.
Yeah. Okay. It has to be a powered up exosuit. Right. So walk into the time machine.
So
as it were.
I need to send this scientist out to go and purify some water. You get 4 water.
Right. I'm going to send a. Engineer out to the mine. Better take that last spot
Okay.
before it goes.
So you get the titanium from here. And what would you like, uranium or gold?
Uranium, please.
Go.
Thank you.
So administrators cannot do research.
Correct.
But scientists can do research. So I'll send a
Scientists can
scientist
definitely do
to
research.
do some research at the cheap site, obviously.
Okay. Select one of the dice to a face of your choice. And then roll to the one.
Okay, I will have a square.
Okay. So you've got a square
Thing.
square target.
You never know when you need a square target.
have a square target. Reminder that the exosuit power-ups go away after impact may be in order. Yeah. Yes, I did. We've mentioned that.
Yeah.
Those 2 spots are not available. My go?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we're doing it. I think we're going back in time.
You going back in time?
Going back in time. So I'm going to send this scientist here. I'm going to spend 1 water to use the power plant to move this marker back 1 space to there, and then 2 water to remove that, which moves that to there.
Cool.
That's it.
Right. Up. I will send in a administrator to grab another scientist. Oh,
I should have done first.
actually, I'll have a
You're
genius.
going to take a
please,
genius.
with a core.
So you can take genius and the power core.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so if I'm going to pay back that engineer,
Yep.
which engineers of the potentially 2 available to me are eligible? Only this one?
That one.
Not this
Yeah, correct. You'd have to put the scientist on there,
one.
move the token back to here, and then spend the engineer.
Or, okay, so what spaces are available? Oh, they'll cry water. Maybe I should get some water.
Just spotted something.
So mines are done.
The mines are done.
Recruitments.
There is a space for recruitment.
So I could send my administrators who like recruitment.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. Cost of water. Pretty much everything's costing water. Damn it. What does it cost water? Or perhaps I could build something. Perhaps I could research. No, it's not. Ah, dear. What do I want to do? I haven't done any recruitment. So there's a genius available.
There is.
Okay, so maybe that will give me more flexibility.
What I was going to do next, if that helps.
Yeah, that's helping immensely. So I will send an administrator
In an exosuit
to
here.
yeah, which sadly costs
Spends
water.
1 water. Take a genius, and you get any of the rewards.
And this guy is asleep or
He's awake.
Oh, he's usable now.
Yep.
Ah.
And 2 water, a power core, or a point.
There is no question in my mind. I want 2 water.
Okay.
Actually, I've got loads of water.
Which you can trade for a power core. So for you, it's sort of interchangeable.
Yeah.
Right, me. So I can't do the thing there. I mean, I could go here, or I could go here. So I could actually do that. That would mean I'm going first next round. Is that going to help me? I need to build. That's the problem. I need to build. Administrators can't build. Scientists can build. So if I do that, that leaves me this. What can that do? That can do that.
Can do what? Oh.
If in doubt, I can do that. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Right. What am I doing? I'm going here.
2 water.
So I'm spending 2 water, which means I am now the first player from next round. And I'm going to do the build action. I'm going to build this one at a cost of... No, I can't, because it costs 2 water. Right, okay. So undo that. Slightly different order. I'm going to send the administrator out here first
Get some water.
to get 3 water. And you now know what I'm doing next.
I am going to.
Yeah, or yeah, I could have traded. I could have sent the administrator here because I've got loads of resources. I could have traded them for the water, but that's fine. That's all good.
I need. Send a scientist to get some water. I think. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Sorry, I'm going to do the science one to get
Here?
the science. But yeah.
Okay, so you spend 1 water. You do the research
One
action.
for that, and let's get a circle.
What type of circle have you got? One of those.
Thank you.
Arthur.
Basically,
So I'm not.
2 options.
I'm not first yet.
So anyone that is awake and does nothing, are they awake next?
Yes. They get branded lazy, but
So I can do no more actions outside of my home base, I think. So basically it limits me
yeah,
to
you've no more exosuits.
these two,
So
these 2 actions. I think I can't do both of them.
no. Well, you can. The genius works as whatever.
No, but yeah, but it's not as simple as that. But yeah. So I will send the genius to here, which costs 3 water.
3 water to get 2 of these, which is effectively for you 4 water. So it's a slight improvement. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it I was doing? I was sending a scientist to here, spending 2 water, becoming the first player, and then I build this, which costs me 1 neutronium, 2 titanium, 1 gold, and 2 water. And this has an immediate effect that as soon as I build it,
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
that's yours. I'll take mine off. That's probably the best idea.
It's not as good.
Yeah, so
Oh, there's no build left. Oh, there is a
that
build.
administrator came from somewhere in the future. Who knows?
Okay. Is that one of these?
That's one of those.
So I can take off one
Yeah,
of those.
that's remove a warp tile.
Oh, well, that'll be
Special
way
scientific
expensive.
lab.
Oh.
Is it expensive to use? No, it's not expensive to use. It's
No,
just a scientist.
which is
Is
great.
it worth 1 point?
But
2 points.
I can't build it.
That's really good, that.
And get rid of the paradoxes. Right. 1 water for 2 gold. That would be. I need to get enough resources. So I'm gonna build. Send a scientist.
Here.
Yes, so 1
So
water.
1 water to go there.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
do I even have enough to build this?
Does the build action.
It's 1 and 1, so that's cool. I can afford it, so that will be.
Oh, and it's scientist genius, so it's an engineer. Yep.
Yes, yeah. So that one, 2 and a 1. Not 1 and a 1 because 1 discount. Yeah, 1. That one.
Okay. Back to you, Arthur. You doing it?
My scientist will go here.
Move that marker.
So I presume it's up to 2. And
It's up to 2. Yeah.
And then
Goes there.
I'll send an engineer
Yep.
back to lose that token.
And you move your. I've done time travel marker 1 space.
And this is back
Yep.
in here, is it? We are time travel masters.
I will
Yeah, I'm up.
go for a genius here. 1 water. I get 2 gold.
Nice.
Thank you.
1 water for 2 gold. Does it have to be anything? No.
No.
How? No, it's really good.
I pass.
Okay, and trying to decide if I want to put another mech in.
It's not many places to go. there's,
No.
there's here or here.
Water. I can save my call for next round. Yeah, oh, hang on.
We're all done.
Pass.
So we're all done. Right. Phase 6. Cleanup. So these are all awake. So that one's awake.
Yeah.
That one's awake. Got it. That one's awake. This one's awake because it's an administrator. And the rest of mine are asleep. And I think the rest of those are asleep.
Yep.
Those are asleep.
As are
As are
These
those are all of them. Yeah.
not this one.
That one. Oh, no, that one. No.
Because these just come back to wake.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Check for impact. No. Check for game end. No. It's next era. We'll move to there.
Spend a lot of time sleeping, these future people.
Right, phase 1, preparation. So, we reveal the super project, which is...
Okay, so as part of the cleanup, my time travel marker came back to do, is it?
yeah, when
That
you
way
move to the
resets.
next era, we all move to here.
Right, okay.
So,
Just checking what.
every super project you have at the end of the game is worth an additional 3 points. So that's comboing with the other one.
Every super project.
Every super project you have at the end of the game is worth an extra 3 points,
Okay.
including itself. So it's actually worth 6, effectively. Right, okay, buildings. So we take the top tile of each of these stacks. Put them there, and I will leave them on screen for people to see while I do the people and the mine. So what have we got? We have 2 scientists.
Oh, these are asleep.
We have an administrator.
These ones.
A genius, and we have
Oh. Didn't fall
1
asleep.
titanium, 3 uranium, 1 gold, and then gold, titanium, and uranium. Okie dokie. Right, that's phase 1 done. Any questions about any of the buildings that have come out? Once you get to know the iconography, it's fairly clear. I think that's the only one that I think you might not be able to work out what it does, but you probably can.
Back one further in time.
It makes all your power plants better.
Oh, it gives +1 to one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Paradox. So you two have to roll
Ah.
the paradox die. And then you two have to roll the paradox die. Woo! So that's 1 paradox.
So this is for the bottom.
This is for this one. There's 1.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about the next roll.
And then the second warp line tile. There's another one.
We're about to find out what happened.
Yeah, here we go. Well, maybe not. Oh, that's actually okay.
Oh, yeah, it's only one.
Yeah, it's
You
gone.
get 1.
Yeah, you get 1. And then you remove all 3. And you get an anomaly.
Hooray.
So you have to place that on the leftmost track for your life support systems or the leftmost track for your labs.
Which is which?
The leftmost ones are the ones which don't have anything in them.
Doesn't it have to be this one because it's got this?
That's not that.
Oh, it's different.
That's dark red rather than light red.
Okay, so... And what types of things? So those are things that give you water.
Yeah.
And I kind of got ways of generating water, so I'm less excited about that one. So I'll put it there. I think.
Okay, so the immediate effect is you can remove one of your warp tiles. Because you've actually caused an anomaly. And then
Wow.
you know the cost to get rid of it if you want to?
No.
The anomaly?
Oh, hideous. Yeah, okay.
Right, powering up. Now. Oh, what's this one? I forgot about that one.
Right, so I'm gonna. So don't forget So I'm gonna trade.
This is phase 3.
Yeah, so I'm gonna trade these 2 for 4
Yep.
water. And then I'll do. Well, perhaps I should do the last round.
If I spend that power core, I'm going to really struggle next round. Because I have no way of gaining power cores.
I've got that problem.
And then I gain a water because we get a water in his face from.
For each empty space.
Right.
And you've got 3 empty spaces.
Yes.
However, I You need to spend a power core for that thing, don't I? Yeah. Okay.
Three doesn't seem enough.
So actually, maybe I'll get another 2 water. Is that really need power cores?
You don't need any power cores?
I'll have them. Send them over here. You get it from this nomad trader, but he's
I
expensive.
think water is a bigger issue.
Cut me own throat dibbler.
I've still not got enough water, but there you go. That's life.
Wow. I know what I want to do. It's just... Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend the power core. So I gain 2 water for having 2 empty spaces. Right. Warping.
Okay.
What do I need? What do I need? Oh god, I need everything. Totally need that. Okay, and then I could do that. There's just too many choices. Okay. Interesting. Put that on there. Put that on there. So I get 1 titanium and 2 water. Stuart?
Yeah, exosuit. So does that just go on my
Just
board?
goes on there.
Okay, and one of these bad boys. What are they again?
Neutronium.
Neutronium. That's what I need. Completely forgot.
Right.
Can't build anything.
Actions. I'm first.
Yes.
Forgot I was going first. Right. So do the thing that I really need to do, which was build. Got an engineer. Go here. Build this.
Oh, nice. 3 water.
Oh, but then again, that's a free action for 2 water, but that's worth 3 points. So I'm going to build this. It costs me 2 titanium, but I get a discount because it's an engineer, so it costs me 1 titanium. Goes on there. Done.
Right, I'm going to use an engineer. I'm going to build. That'll cost me 1 water. And I'm going to build.
Just a question, because I'm missing something. How come you got so many people already woken up?
Here, because they were all...
He kept 2 from last round.
These ones are wake up abilities.
Oh, right.
And there's a wake up ability over there. And yeah, 2 workers didn't get used last round.
Yeah, okay. So those actions on like mine keep people awake.
Those
Yeah,
do.
Yeah, okay.
And I need to build.
It's a big one.
Yeah, this one. But do I have enough? 1, 1, and 1.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Put that one in there.
So one of those, one of those, one of those. Right.
Whereas my engineer has much higher priority, which is waking people up.
So you spend 6 water, move your morale marker 1 to the right, and everybody wakes up. Speaking of waking people up, I'm missing a water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a free action. I'm going to take a paradox.
So what's this action do?
It's a free action to fiddle around with the time.
Okay, so this is out of the paradox phase, is it?
No, this is
This is a phase 5 free action.
Oh, it's an action you've given.
It's a special,
ability.
special
Okay,
ability.
okay.
Take one of those, gain 2 water, and then my actual action is to wake everybody up with the 7 water, which moves that to there, and I get these. So I have max morale. Now, what I didn't mention is, and if we just have a look at my player board by pressing the right button, once you're on max morale,
You get points for
if you were to move it 1 space to the right, you gain 2 points instead.
Okay.
Because there are counters for victory points,
Right.
for points that you gain during the game. Like that, which I should have got a point for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last round I did that, so I should have a point.
Okay.
Right, now I've got no water again.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it? Sorry.
Yours.
Mine. Okay. All right. I'm going to use a genius, well, scientist as a genius, as a engineer, and go to mine.
Mining.
I
What would
want
you like?
2 of the. Is it titanium?
The grey stuff?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Right. Water is a bit thin on the ground. Okay, so my engineer, which how many, is going to take his dinked up machine and go to build something.
Yeah.
It's cost the water. And he's going to build one of these here machines.
So a factory.
Okay.
So that's going to cost you 1 titanium, 1 gold, and 2 water. You haven't got 2 water.
Damn it. Oh, I could build the other one. Perhaps I should. Oh, I still got. Oh, I've got that water. Okay, so I'll build this one.
That still costs you 2 water.
No.
That was there.
Maybe I'm not building something. Maybe I'm getting water. So, you mean, yeah, so instead of going there,
Yeah.
spending a water, I'll go there and have 3 water.
With an engineer or a scientist?
With
Not a scientist. An
scientist.
extra water.
Does it make a difference what you say
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Or
Scientist
for a
gets you an
scientist.
extra water.
Be a scientist then. So 4 water. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Am I go?
Yep.
Right. Well, all the titanium has gone from the mine. I think I might need to go and recruit somebody. So this administrator is going to go and recruit a genius. And I'm going to take a power core because I desperately need a power core. So I'm also desperately in need of water. Good.
I'm going to build using a scientist as a genius as a engineer on the just a 1 water.
Just a 1 water
please.
spot.
So it's a 1 water. Build this one, which will cost me 1 titanium, 1 gold, 2 water.
Thank you, Arthur.
Right, so we'll try that again. So we'll send an engineer.
Once more again with feeling.
This time's going to cost 2 water.
Yeah. But it means
First place.
You
I'm
are-
back to last place. I should have spent that extra
let's
water.
play again.
And I'm going to build this one.
The one you wanted is gone.
Yeah.
The different one.
Which is going to cost me
So
1 titanium.
1 titanium,
because it's a thingy,
1 gold,
and
2 water. Right. So back to me. So interesting now. Very interesting. Do we... Can't believe you took the titanium. It's like the least valuable one. Everybody goes for the other ones first, but you needed it. You needed it. I need it. I mean, okay, we're gonna send a genius over here.
They're not building, is there? It's a shame.
I want to go here. No, can't build now. That's all gone. I'm going to say that and that. All this other stuff just don't have the titanium. Right, that's me done.
Right, I'm going to wake everybody up. Ah, yeah, that's alright. I should really be using my morale. Running out of turns.
Okay, I'm going to power up my time machine.
How many spaces do you want to go back?
2.
2 spaces. Have you got 2 water?
I have.
There you go. So you pay off that loan. You move 1 space up on the. I messed around with the time travel thing. And 1 exosuit left. It's a scientist. Could go and get 4 water. Or I could go and do some research. My morale is already on the top, so that's okay. But how am I going to wake people up every round? And I'm going to need that for that. Oh dear. Oh. But I like that. I'm gonna risk it. Might be crazy, but I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna choose triangle. Triangle clock. Triangular clock. Cool. Done.
Okay, right. I'm going to send a scientist to get some water.
More water.
Yes, please.
Snap.
3 water.
4. Scientist. Oh, hang on. Genius scientist.
Genius scientist. Yep. Oh no, sure. Well, I'm going to go here and get 3 water. So my own little private supply of water.
I'm going to go back to the beginning. Use a genius to go back to the beginning.
Okay. So you spend a water to do that. Okay.
And then spend 1 scientist to get rid of that
Yep.
token.
So that's gone, and you've done some time travel.
And so that
Wibbly
can I get
wobbly
one of
timey
those
wimey.
things?
Yep.
Yep, that goes up 1. That token.
Back to you, Arthur.
Okay, administrator is hopping in his suit and he's going to go recruit someone.
Recruit. That's it. Yeah. So 1 water. Who would you like to recruit?
Who's available?
There's an administrator and a scientist. Scientist comes with 2 water. Administrator comes with 1 point.
It's convincing. I'll have a scientist, please. And 2 water.
Scientist.
I've got loads of water.
Okay. I think I'm done. I mean, I can't really use these power plants. Well, no, I can. So if I really wanted to, I could use this to move that marker back to there to get a point.
Just for the point.
Just for the point.
You go up on here. Would you?
No, because you only go up on here if you pay off one of
Okay.
these. So I'm not going to. I'm going to pass.
Okay,
Yeah, that's me
my
done.
turn. I'm going to pay 1 water for 2 gold.
1 water, 2 gold. Arthur?
I think a scientist might do some trading. Yeah. Scientist trader.
Scientist is going off into the wilds.
Ooh.
And trade 3 water. Damn it, that means maybe I'll do the other thing. Okay, not tough. 3 water for 2 titanium.
We're all after it. I'm done.
And I will trade 1 gold, 1 water again there for a victory point and a purple. Keep again what it's called.
Neutronium.
Neutronium, gold,
Gold, uranium,
uranium,
titanium.
titanium.
Right, okay. I have 2.
2 uranium.
Indeed.
You spend a water.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Any more?
No, I've got no work.
Any more?
I'm out of workers.
Right. Phase 6.
Yep.
So these 2 are awake. That one is awake. That one is awake. And then everybody else is asleep.
Did I have any awake? Or I
Don't think so. The only awake ones are engineers building.
don't think I went there this round.
No.
Okay.
Check for impact, check for game end, next era. Right. So I will focus on the buildings, so people can see what buildings we've got. In the buildings, I'll do the mine and the people. So some more neutronium has been found. Some gold. And some titanium. Okay. And the people. We have a scientist. We have 2 administrators. And we have an engineer. No geniuses this round. Right, super project. We reveal the next super project, which is a grand reservoir.
31 water, fantastic.
So
What does that mean?
you go there and you spend, I have no idea. Thankfully, they're all explained in the back of the rulebook. So the grand reservoir says,
You spend 1 less water on everything.
oh, it's a passive ability. The total water cost of your action is reduced by 1 in each of your action rounds.
Cool.
So,
So these would be
it says,
3.
it says actions. Yeah, so the action that you take, the water cost is reduced by 1 because you have your own reservoir. of
Sorry,
water.
I'm reading that as a 3. It's actually a sun.
It's a sigma.
Sigma, okay.
Yeah. This ability doesn't work with trading the nomads. Yep. Okay, so it doesn't work here because you're not paying it. You're trading it. It doesn't have the black hole beneath it.
Okay.
It's not a cost
Yeah, fair
as
point.
such. And it doesn't work outside of the action rounds. So it probably should have the phase 5 icon on it. But yeah, that's what that does. So, nice.
Memo to yourself, leave someone awake at the end of the round.
If not, just jab him to wake him up.
Welcome.
But yeah. Paradox time.
Well,
I don't need to
will
roll
not be rolling
because-
any dice.
Well,
I'm gonna get
you
full
might get a
anyway.
blank. And you might get a blank.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot the blanks were on that.
No, right. So those go. You get an anomaly. It goes there. You have no choice.
Yeah.
And you immediately remove 1 of your warp tiles.
I get to pick which one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't roll for any other paradoxes.
And
Oh, now this is interesting. No, it's not interesting. I was going to say, because if you remove that one, that will affect future. So let's say I only had 1 in there, and you had 2. If you remove that one,
yeah.
I wouldn't be rolling a dice here. But if you remove that one, I would be rolling a dice here. So I think you can affect future things.
Okay.
But as it was, I'm rolling a dice here anyway. Now, if I get the double, there may be tears.
We will laugh.
There is that. You 2 wanted that, really.
Well done, Paul.
Thank you. Stupid game. So I do have a choice of where this goes. I'm going to put it there. But it means I remove... Oh, I want both of those. Who's going first?
Me, I think.
You are going first. That means I'm going second.
Is there a first player marker?
It's that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top.
I'm going to remove that one. So, powering up. I'm powering up 4. Spending a water thing. Power core, getting 2 water.
Right.
The impact is imminent. And then I get to explain some rules that I
Okay.
haven't probably explained.
We have no idea what the impact will do, so we're not worried about it.
Well, I've roughly explained it.
Right. So because I've powered up 2, I've got
3,
3.
you get 3
I
water.
got 3 water. 3 water will be a good thing.
I'm going to power up 4, so there's a core.
And you get 2 water.
Thank you.
Warping.
This is where we pick. Okay.
Now then.
Oh, it's not going to help. That's a different matter.
How the heck am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to change my mind on that, if you don't mind. I'm going to put that there. And take that one back.
It's fine.
And then I wonder which one I'm going to pick. Is this going to work? Might work. It might just work. I mean, that was because I took that paradox, isn't it? Yeah. It's interesting because the B side of the board for this one has 4 spaces there. And it worked really well with that because you can manipulate it a bit better. Arthur, you've been doing more time travelling than us. Yeah.
Necessity.
Mm. Okay.
Should be a timetable in the future.
Interesting. Very interesting. So I get 1 titanium, 1 neutronium. Right. Actions. Arthur's first.
Right, am I correct in remembering that it is a free action to do the on-friendly wake up?
Yeah, because it's a circle.
Yeah, as soon as I put one of your circle
So
things
you put one
the
of your
circle
circles on
marker.
it to show that you've done it.
Ah.
So they are once per round things.
And also, I have to move this down because I did that, yeah.
Okay, so Marco is saying in the chat, you count how many dice each player should roll before you're removing tiles. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Right, I'm just sort of figuring out what I got. I basically want to time travel, I think, but I'm
So that
correct.
was your free action.
I'm correct that I can't build these things without in the past.
You've got to be there to
Yeah.
do it.
So I could build this one.
You could build that one now. Yeah.
Come on, people, wake up, wake up. Far too many of these. Okay, so we will time travel. That requires a scientist, ideally. We have a scientist.
Scientist in your power plant.
3 power plants.
How many spaces do you want to move back?
Okay, 1 space.
Yeah.
And that's the action, isn't it?
That is the action. You may now pay off one of these if you had one as part of that action. But you don't have one, so you can't.
Yeah. Okay.
But to build that is this.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, my go.
Indeed.
I am sending a genius.
So this time, can we build this without moving?
You can build that without moving. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah. Super projects. Building.
Not that I'm going to build it because I've only got room for one, pretty much. So having one that gives me +3.
Build the super project in focus, i.e. the one above the timeline tile where your focus marker is. By default, this is the current era's timeline. You can change focus by time traveling. Removing warp tiles after taking an anomaly. Change it, yeah. Okay, got it, yeah. So, yeah, we're going over here. And we're taking the titanium and we're taking the neutronium. Because neutronium is really valuable.
Mm.
Right. And someone's got a machine that builds it.
I
You
do.
do? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So,
My turn, yeah. I will
Realise my cunning plan doesn't work.
isn't it?
No, because I need a circular target, not a square target.
Or a triangle and a square. So you can go here, get a triangle.
Eventually,
Eventually, yes.
it's not as instantly
No.
effective. I thought it was, yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use a scientist as an engineer. Go on to construction, and I will construct another time machine. So that's two water. You don't want the time machine, you want the resources.
Those.
Well,
Thank you.
well,
Okay, so clearly I've got to do some research.
Yep. So scientist
Into machine, off to
goes over here.
research, doesn't cost any water.
So you select triangle.
I need a triangle, yeah.
It actually doesn't matter what you get.
Client triangle rev counter or something.
Clock.
Clock, yes.
Triangular clock. Have a triangular clock. Well, I'm also going to time traveling.
oh,
Now, I think I want to use that one. So we'll go here. Now, hang on a minute. 3 of them. I think I might want to go recruiting first.
Oh, that's interesting. So I've lost the opportunity. Oh no, I haven't got anything there anyway. It makes no difference. Yep. I perhaps should have borrowed something from the future.
I send an administrator there to recruit. An administrator. And I get a point. Done.
what's the point for?
When you recruit an administrator, you get a
1
point.
point. Okay, right. I'm also going to recruit. I use scientist as an admin.
Yep.
And 1 water, and I will have the engineer with the warp core, please.
Power core. Okay.
Right, so it is time to build
It is time.
super duper thing. So
You're building a super one.
So that goes here.
yeah,
You spend 1 water,
yeah,
and you're building a super project.
super project, which is going to be this.
So it's 3 titanium, 1 gold, and an engineer. So an engineer dies in the building of the drill.
Worth it,
Brute.
maybe.
And you also need to spend either the circular target or any square breakthrough and any triangular breakthrough,
Yeah,
which is that and that.
which is both.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Okay, and that goes on.
Has gone.
Has to go there.
Has to go there. Leftmost 2 available spaces. And now, anytime you go mining, you get an extra non-neutronium resource, and it's worth 6 points at the end of the game.
yeah. Sadly, I'm going to have to go and drill some water. Never mind.
Right. Have I messed this up? No. Yes. No. Almost. Almost messed this up.
Yeah.
Administrator is going to go into there to move this back to here.
And I'm going to get some water. Some more out.
4.
Yes, please.
Right, so scientist is going to go search for water because you can never have enough water.
It's an administrator.
Oh, okay.
Do you want
I've got-
scientist?
no, I have got a genius scientist. Yeah. Oh, right, so it is. So I registered blue with
4 water.
blue as a scientist, but that's not the case. It's the ones with the flasks.
So we're going to use this
No, I
scientist.
do have a scientist.
Yeah, always use the scientist first and keep
Yeah.
the genius because it's more flexible.
Yeah.
Not always.
True. So we're going. I'll go here. Cost me 2 water. And I'm building this super project, which costs that, that, and that, and that.
Wow.
And it has to go there. Okay. Suddenly it's all the rage to build super projects.
Well, I suppose I need to build one. I'm not really in a position to do it though. Right,
You've done other things.
I was gonna send a engineer over to the mine, I believe. So pop him in the mine.
Which one? Gold or uranium?
I will have a uranium. Oh, I already get one of those.
You get that one.
I'll have a
So
titanium.
Yeah.
presumably if you bounce off the bottom, somebody dies.
Yeah, looks like it. I don't think that's ever happened, but
Ooh,
that is what
morale
the
goes down,
icon.
someone gets killed.
Yeah.
Here you go, I think. Right, we will send an engineer to spend 3 water. I've got loads of things.
2 power cores. Okay, well, I've only got 1 scientist left. And that scientist is going to go here and get 3 water. I mean, I could jump people away. I think I might end up having to do that. Yeah, and then as a free action, I will jump these awake. Okay.
So if I build something here,
Yep.
and then I get rid of that, does
I'm
that
not
then
sure what
shift
happens.
across,
I think so.
or do I shift that?
I think so. I'll have a look on the rules for getting rid of anomalies. It is possible that gaps might appear because of removing an anomaly. New buildings or even super projects can be screened, so it doesn't slide down.
It doesn't.
It leaves a gap, which is not good for you for super projects,
No.
because that's the only place you can build a super project.
Yeah. Can I build here, or do you have to build?
You know, you have to build in order.
Ah, man, that sucks. Okay. Right. That is fine. I'm going to wake everyone up. I can't afford to pay the water. Do it. No, wake everyone up.
I think I did that last round, didn't I?
Yes.
I've not done it this round.
Right, so we are going to send a genius to there to spend water. Get 2 green cubes. Uranium.
2 uranium. Okay, so I've got all these people. So this scientist, I don't think we need that scientist. So I think that scientist is going to go and try and solve this anomaly. Although I probably want to do that. No.
I'm going to get rid of it at the moment.
What's that?
Oh, that gets rid of one of these, doesn't it?
That when it comes out.
Oh, when it
not
comes out.
when it
Oh,
goes.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
I want to keep my Anachrony for this. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, does it get rid of one of these triangles there when you...
No, it gets rid of that. It gets rid of itself.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what
It's a
that is.
slightly
That's
different-
that,
yeah.
fine, okay. Oh, yes. They're different symbols, aren't they?
So I think. Where are we right now? And I'm red. Yeah, okay. We're going to send that in there to get full water. Might need to borrow some water off you, Arthur, for your
How much
private stash.
water would you like?
Just a couple.
Sorry.
Go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's more like it. Stuart.
Alright, I'm going to send back a genius as a scientist here too. So I'll go back to there and
Yep.
get rid of that one with
For
2
2 water.
water.
Move your timey-wimey marker up one.
I pass.
I'm going to send this admin. engineer in here with 1 water. So my marker resets to there, and then it goes back to here, and then 2 water to remove that, moving that to there.
Right, I'll use a engineer to get there. 1 water for 2 gold.
Okay, now, so I've got this. I go here.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure what the exclamation mark's for.
Does it mean immediate?
I don't know. I mean, I just read it earlier on, and I thought it was you just put a worker on it. But what does the exclamation mark actually mean? It says attention.
Okay.
According to the icon reference, it means
You have to be at attention.
attention. 007.
Suspended water.
But yeah, the outback conditioner. Oh, it's the special rules. It means there's a special rule that you should look up, which is the workers' restrictions and bonuses of the respective action apply.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, so if I was to send an administrator to do one of those 3 actions, I can't get it to do that.
All that said, have
I
to
could
be-
get it to do that, and I can't get it to do that. So I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, I'll go here. I'll spend 2 water to get in his private little suit,
Yeah.
disappear out, and I'll recruit this one
You get 2 water
and get
back.
the 2 water back. So
That's a
effectively, I
Very good suit
gained
type.
a scientist. Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right, you got any more?
I'm going to use a administrator. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Engineer here and pay 1 gold, 1 water,
Get
Yeah.
that and the point.
and 1 point.
Yep.
It's
I'm still passed.
1 enough to recall.
Yeah, I'm not in any rush to get rid of that. So I could use this. I'm going to use it. I am going to use a free action to gain a paradox. I mean, surely it can't go wrongly like it did last time to get 2 water. I mean, it might, and then we'll just laugh.
Right, I don't think.
You're done?
Yes.
Okay, so that comes back awake. That comes back awake. That comes back awake. Everything else is asleep. Right, check for impact. Yes, there is impact.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, because that was round 4, so it's now round 5. So impact has happened. We're supposed to remove this, but it doesn't actually matter. We might as well just leave it there
Yeah.
because it's all nicely laid out. So here's what happens in impact. We flip this over.
I was wondering what that was.
Okay. So this is where you go to evacuate. It is an action which you can do with any of the 3 types of workers. The first player to do it puts one of their tokens on there and gets the bonuses. The second player to do it goes on there. The third player to do it gets -3 points. So it's still worth doing. You'll just get 3 points less than the other players for evacuating. You can only do that action once per game.
And do you need an exo seat to suit
Yeah,
you?
yeah, because it's outside. Right, the next thing we do. Go on.
So if you're the third person to evacuate, you get -3.
-3 points.
And if you don't evacuate,
You don't, but evacuating will probably get you like 20 points. Maybe not for me, but when you
if you
evacuate,
only got to do that the once,
you only evacuate once.
and then does your piece stay there? Then you'll
Nope,
get-
nope.
you get it back.
You get it
Okay,
back.
right.
Right, so for these spaces down here, what we now do is there are tiles. So there are 5 tiles for these 2 spaces. So if you each pick a tile, okay, sure, we'll put yours on top. We'll put yours on the bottom. Right, that is a bonus that you will get when you select that action.
And what is it?
That is you select the face on the other dice.
Okay, so you can pick both
So
dice.
you literally get whatever you want. And that one is you get to do the whole action again.
Cool.
Once
Too
you've
good.
done it, it flips over, and that space cannot be used for the rest of the game.
Do you still pay the water price for that?
No.
No.
So, what are you getting out of that? Because the action you took was to take that space, and all that space does is give you the same.
Give you research. That allows you to research a second
You
time.
get 2 research.
2 for the price of 1.
Oh, okay, I'm slightly misunderstanding what you did.
Buy one,
Okay.
get one free.
Yeah.
Right. The people space. So that is, I think you just get a mech,
Ooh,
and that is all your people wake up.
ooh, that's both good.
And then finally the construction space.
One less cost, is it?
Yep, 1 cheaper. If you were to build a super project with this action, you get 2 points. Okay, now once these have gone, those spaces can still copy the action, I believe. I will just double check that in the rules. So this is impact. Collapsing capital tiles. So the collapsing capital tiles provide stronger last ditch version of the capital actions. Worker restrictions still apply. The World Council spots can still be used to take capital actions once the respective capital action has no free hex spots. So once these 2 have gone, you can still do the action from here. You just don't get any.
So once those 6 are gone,
The game
the
ends.
game ends. Okay.
Right, we then take some of these tiles. Everybody gets 2 of these.
That's hurtful.
Yeah.
As in very, very hurtful.
And from now on, the top space is always neutronium, irrespective of what's printed on the card. Right. You all ready?
No.
So, round 5,
I haven't prepared very well for this.
preparation. Neither have I.
So what was it said? You said ended the game? Remind me.
All 6 of the last ditch capital action tiles flipped over.
Right.
So once those 6 are gone,
Those 6 that we just put out.
So it could easily
That's it.
happen this round.
It could happen this round. Yeah, absolutely. So that's those 6. So in the mine, well, it was 2 neutronium anyway. Wow. All the neutronium has arrived,
ooh,
along with a whole bunch of uranium.
And sadly, no titanium.
1 titanium there. People. 2 scientists. 2 engineers, and that administrator goes home.
People, their history. Oh my goodness.
Right, so we've done the buildings, we've done the new super project. Do you want to flip the next super project over? What have we got?
It's a particle collider.
ooh.
So free action, convert 2 resources into a neutronium or vice versa. Nice. Right, paradox. So according to the help that we got in the chat earlier, we first work out how many dice everybody's rolling. You're rolling 1 dice, I'm rolling 1 dice. That is fixed.
Okay.
And we now roll the dice. It's 2 for you.
Oh.
If I'd have rolled another 2, I'd have
You'd
been
have been slightly upset.
slightly miffed at the odds. Well, 1 in 36, but yeah.
I think I'll just reduce your margin of winning, I don't think.
Powering up.
Wouldn't worry about it
Now,
too much.
Here's the problem.
Yes, I see it.
I have no power cores. I power up 1 and I get 3 water, because you don't get the water for these spaces.
Now I can trade my water for more power cores and vice versa. However,
So yeah, so I don't think it's going to end this round, simply because
there won't be enough action.
I've got 1 exosuit.
Yeah. I can. If I trade, usually 5 water, which is insufficient.
Oh, I can't even evacuate.
Except,
'Cause I've
So-
not got...
so I will spend a valuable power core
What?
to make 2 water.
Shocking.
I'll activate the thing, and I'll spend that to activate that, and then I get 2 water.
2 water.
Alright, I'm just doing the 1, so I'll get 3 water.
3 water. Well, you could do 2.
I can do 2 there anyway if I want.
Oh, you've got that. Okay,
and
yeah.
then get
Gives you the
water.
flexibility. I mean, this is the point I might warp in an exosuit, because having only 1 is a little bit limiting.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing next. We are warping things in. Right, end of the game. I need to tell you. Any one of these warp tiles still on here at the end of the game, you get a chance to pay it off without needing any power plants or anything like that.
Okay.
For every one that is still on the board after that, you lose some points. I think it's just 1.
You can only buy 1 off.
No. You can clear off as many as you can afford.
Yeah.
For every one that's left, you lose points. And it is minus 2 points. So you must straighten out the problems by untangling the continuum on the timeline. They do not count as time travel. They don't count. You don't need power plants. You just pay the cost, remove them, and every one that can't be removed, minus 2 points.
There must be a strategy where you don't bother ever paying anything off.
Considering I know what the winning scores of this game is, no, I think you want to pay them off if you can.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
So there is a strategy of not bothering with these, collecting them and taking anomalies, and then every time you take an anomaly, that removes a warp tile. So just not bothering with that and clearing them a different way. There's lots of different ways to do it. So oh god, if I was going to build, I was going to try and build a second super project, but I think that might be a bit ambitious now, based on what's although I don't know. There's, I mean, an engineer here, that's a discount of 2 things, 1 titanium and 1 something else. So it might be possible. Wow. Yeah.
1 science. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's interesting.
2 points.
It does 2 lots.
Ah, you
So
can
you
do
go back,
twice.
pay something off, go back, pay something off.
That's cool.
Well, it's cool for me because of that.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to get rid of
Oh,
that.
if you go to there, you can only pay off 1 at a time.
Yeah.
Ah, I
When you
didn't
go
notice.
there, you only pay 1 off.
Ah.
Okay, so yeah. Just the 1. Let's have a suit in from the future. So we all went for a suit from the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you also wanted 2 water.
Yes, please. I'm really struggling with water.
Arthur, we're going to need to borrow some more of your water, please.
Yeah. So I
Just needs another 1.
okay.
Thank you.
We all good?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I've not cheated. So before I did that, I picked up 2 water.
2 water, yep.
And then I put that on.
Yep.
Doesn't affect my
Nope.
water. No.
Nope. No, we're all good.
No, I just got the 2 water for my tile.
Oh yeah.
So, so many juicy building opportunities here. And I do have a genius. So I could absolutely build my 3rd lab, but then I've got no neutronium.
Who's first?
Me.
Who are you? Yeah. No rush. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I am sending a
2
genius
Many choices.
in here to go mining. And I'm going to take the titanium and the neutronium. I think.
I'm going to send.
I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, done it now.
And send my
That's
engineer.
such a difficult choice, that was.
Could get another mech.
Yeah. That's...
Is there any points for resources at the end of the game?
Don't believe so. Most water will get 3 points because of that, but other than that, no.
I do the admin. Go for the mech.
I've got an embarrassing amount of uranium.
So I'll go for
So you go
the
here,
mech.
you get a mech, and you do the recruit action.
Mech. And who should I recruit?
Scientist or engineer?
I could do the water, but then also a warp core. Be very handy. I'll go for a warp core.
Engineer? Engineer with a power core?
Yes, please. Power core.
There you go. Arthur.
Yeah, I am going to send an administrator to wake everyone up for a mighty 6 water.
If you sent him out there, you could wake everyone up. But it would
But
cost
it
a
wouldn't
mech.
increase your morale.
And it would cost a mech.
It would cost a mech. Yeah, there is a free wakey space here. If you wanted it.
Well, you say free, I use that on mech.
Yeah.
Mechs are quite
3,
important, aren't they, at the
5,
moment?
6. Although it's academics, I'm going to have to use a mech to get some water now. But right, so
Well, that does
there,
increase your morale.
I paid 6. That goes up there.
Everybody wakes up.
Everybody wakes up.
Okay, so So if I think the game's going to end in round 6, and I need to build there, and if I'm going to build a second super project, that's 2 build actions, which means I need to do 1 now, 1 next turn, or 2 next turn. The chance of doing 2 next turn is slim. Have I used that? I don't think I've taken that off again. I think I forgot to take that off. Yeah, because I did that at the end of the last time. So, can I evacuate now? No. Because I haven't met my prerequisite. The problem is, these 2 are counterproductive. To build the 3rd lab, I need the 2 neutronium, which loses me the...
What's holding me up is I've got no water income.
Unless I go there. Oh no, that's a discount of anything except neutronium. So it's still going to cost me the neutronium. Oh, it's so blue and expensive. Yeah, my evacuate is going to be... I remember playing this game and I think I've evacuated for something like 20 points or something like that. This time I might be evacuating for 3.
Do you only get those second points at the end of the game, or when you
evacuate?
Ah, so you need to build that up to
At
do the...
the time you evacuate, yeah. But for you,
I've got 3.
you got 3 of those.
So
If
they
you've
have to be woken up?
No, anyway.
So 3... Oh, but that's only...
Yeah,
2 scientists.
So you're getting 4 points from it. If you had 1 more scientist, that would be another 4 points.
Yeah.
But these here bonuses, these are really good. So scientists can't go recruiting. I've only got scientists. Right, I need to wake people up this turn, I think. So I go there, I spend 7 water, I move my morale up, and everybody wakes up. That's my go done.
I'm going to use an engineer to build.
Super discount.
Yeah, 2 discount.
So a discount of 1 titanium and 1 of something else.
I'm going to build this one, so 1 of each.
Oh, yeah, I can use that to build.
Water.
That's a good point.
For this one here. So that means I can now evacuate. Yeah.
You have met your evacuation condition. So you may take that action. At
That'd
some
just
point.
be an action.
Just an action to go in there. Yeah.
Alright.
Scientist to the water pool for 4
For water. Right. Well, now I've got all of these. I can do all sorts of stuff that I couldn't do a minute ago. like recruit, but recruiting is waking you because I've just woken everybody up. I mean, we could go mining again. Let's go mining. Look at that. There's even more neutronium there. Okay.
Right, I'm going to
4 of the stuff.
use a administrator to recruit,
So everybody wakes up,
and I'll have a scientist, please.
which gets
with
you
2
to water.
Oh, I didn't get my victory point last time for crafting.
You sure?
I've done it twice now. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Sorry, yeah. I just didn't put them together.
What's your evacuation condition, Arthur? 3 factories. 3 factories. And your bonuses for having combination of titanium and engineers.
Yeah, titanium, huge amount of that around.
This guy's got some. Cheaper arthropods.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out way. So
Marco is saying when evacuating, you can't score the second part if you don't qualify for the first one. You can't actually evacuate, I don't think. I thought that was an evacuation requirement, that you cannot evacuate unless you've met that condition. Yeah, you've got to meet the condition on the board. Yeah, so you can't evacuate at all unless you've met the condition.
I could go to the trader.
You could. You've been twice to see him. He misses you.
And if I want to go and trader, is I could trade some of this uranium, which I don't particularly need.
Yeah.
Turn it into.
So you could trade 2 uranium for neutronium or 2 uranium for 3 water.
Could I trade 4 for 6?
No, it's 1 trade.
1 trade.
Yeah. Unless you use an administrator, in which case it's 2 trades.
Except my administrator is busy.
But you've got genius.
Oh no, I've got genius. Yeah. So I could do 2 trades.
You could.
Which is a bit perverse, really. Oh, you're saying because I go mining. Why don't I go mining? Oh, because there's only
So I've got all the good stuff.
there's only uranium available.
I could do uranium.
So how does the tectonic drill work? I get
Every time you mine, you get another resource that isn't neutronium, just from the supply.
so okay. So if I go mining,
It's this action.
I will basically pick up 2 uranium and
one of
one
something
other
else. Yeah.
thing. So this in going here, have you wiped out that space for the rest of the game?
Yes.
Although there are other ways. Okay. Really, I might be better off. Yeah, it's frustrating. If I build a machine that gives me okay, build a machine that builds me titanium. If I have titanium to build the machine. Damn it. Okay, right. Well, it seems like trading's probably the way forward. Just make sure I'm not missing something obvious here. So mining, I'm not very impressed by. This far building space is to do it super.
Yeah, if you build a super project on that action, you gain an extra 2 points.
And you can take that space even if you don't want to build a super project.
Yeah. It's if you build a super project with. So do the build action.
Yeah.
And if that build action happens to be a super project, you gain 2 points.
Yeah. Okay, and that would wipe out that space for the rest.
That would wipe out that space. But remember, you can still build.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
these
I was aware of that. None of this solves my fundamental issue. Although this would partly. Okay, so I will send an engineer. Engineers like mining?
Engineers love mining.
I'll go mining.
Yeah.
I'll build 2
So you
more.
get a uranium, and
Gold.
gold.
No, you got loads of uranium.
I know, I don't particularly want uranium.
But it's just
What I
lying
wanted-
around.
What I wanted was the gold. And I got the gold because of that, right? Not for
Yes.
another- Okay, fine.
Yeah. Right, I should have been thinking what to do. Yeah. So
I'm guessing I can't pay them off this turn.
correct. Yeah. So if I no, I need that. I can't get that without that. So I did need that. I need an exosuit. Oh, but I can with that. Aha. Right. So we are going to send a scientist into the Outback conditioner. And he's going to go and do some... Oh, well, but that I don't get this. I just get that. But that's fine. That's all I can do. Or. No. Send an administrator into the Outback conditioner
And recruit.
and go and recruit this engineer
You get a call.
and get a power core, which means next turn I can actually have 2 exosuits instead of 1.
Cool.
Yeah.
My turn. I'm going to use an engineer here to pay a power core and get a mech.
So an engineer here, spending 3 water, getting 2 cores.
Look at that.
That's a good one. That's an engineer for a core.
Mm.
I have to pay stuff I can't afford. 3 water there.
So I've got to do that, and I've got to do that. But can I do that at the same time? No, I can't. So, scientist goes in there. I spend 1 water. I gain 1 point. I set my focus to here. I pay a titanium. I clear that off. I get some timey-wimey stuff. Okay, done.
Okay. I'm going to... What am I going to do? Use a scientist as a admin, pay 2 water to recruit to get first place. And recruit the scientist for 2 water. Yeah, scientist.
You've got 4 mechs on the board. I'm only starting with.
Yeah.
Right, so
Very impressive.
I'm
Because
not,
you got the extra 1
Yeah, you got
from
one
there,
there, 1 borrowed from the
1 borrowed from
timeline,
there,
then
and then
one
1 from there.
I'm not sure if this works. So if I send my scientist here,
Yeah.
I could spend 2 uranium
Or a neutronium.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
that.
And 2 water.
and 2 water,
to get rid of that
kill the
tile
scientist.
and lose the scientist.
gains me 3
It
victory.
effectively gains you 3 victory points.
Yeah.
And that's because I don't understand this.
That's what you
terminology.
got when you got the tile.
So that's sort of worth doing.
If his life is worth 3 points to you,
I don't know.
I mean, you don't need the uranium.
This is for certain. Okay, so 2 uranium, 2 water, dead
Scientist.
This goes away.
Let's pop that there.
Goes back. Oh, they're all safe.
Yeah, they're all safe. Right. So,
I'm glad you're going first next
if only I could build that
Much
super
better than
project
Paul going
first. I mean,
Yeah,
I've got
it's no fun being last.
hardly anything left to do, so I'm just going to send a scientist here to get 3 water. That's me done. Because I got no
Okay.
exosuits.
I'm going to send a scientist time traveling, and I'll go back to here.
1, 2.
Pay that
Pay
one
that
off.
off. That gets removed. You move that up to there.
Scientist goes to gather some scientist, isn't it? Gather water.
More water.
Yeah, I got water.
I think I'm passing.
I'm going to use 1 engineer there, 1 water to get 2 gold.
Okay, I'm not passing. It's
No,
fine. No, it's fine. I'm doing a free action, spending 2 water to remove that, and then pass.
Okay, so and I get 2 gold, please.
2 golds.
Thank you.
And there's no wild concept where you can turn X of a resource into another. No, okay. In which case,
Well,
yeah,
Here, sort of, with the administrator. Yeah.
yeah. I had a spare suit. Yeah. No, all right. I don't particularly need the uranium, but you stay awake if I don't. Well, this guy's gonna be awake anyway, so I will spend a water for
Yeah.
2
2 more uranium.
because you never know.
You never know. Play with the most uranium is the 5th tiebreaker. I'm all done.
Okay,
got stuff to do?
will spend 1 gold, 1 water for a victory point. That one.
There you go. I think Arthur's finished.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
Got no one to wake up.
No one
I
to wake
can
up.
travel, but I've got nothing to take off. I could get rid of this one, but I'm about to get another one back.
Got the resources.
No, I'm going to leave it there this time.
So we're all done.
All done.
Clean up. Retrieve workers. So these are all awake, I believe. They are all engineers.
Just go. Administrator is awake.
That one is not awake because it wasn't an engineer. It wasn't an administrator. That one is awake. The rest of them are asleep.
These are asleep.
These are all asleep.
For the victory points here, do they have to be awake or do they not matter?
I don't think it matters for that. Has the game ended? No. Oh, what we should have done is flipped over all of the ones that we used. Was it those? It was that one as well?
I didn't go
Yes.
there.
It was those 3, wasn't it?
Definitely that one.
Yeah, that's
definitely
it.
that one.
Yeah, those 3.
Those
Yeah.
3. Okay, right.
Oh, this one's still awake.
Next era. So we all move to here. We reveal the final super project.
Anti-gravity field. We all need one of those. Kills engineers.
So building is cheaper. All of your building is 1 cheaper.
Yeah. Okay. That would be wonderful.
That would be great.
It's only four titanium to build it.
Okay, so final.
Apart from that, it's wonderful.
Once that building's come out. Yeah, they are the final set of buildings. And now we do the resources. Oh, so it was neutronium anyway. And 2 gold, 1 uranium,
Gold,
1
we like-
titanium.
Like gold.
Titanium, uranium, gold, and people. 1 scientist, 1 engineer. There's one of each. Oh, there's one of those. That's that done, that done, that done, that done. We've done the buildings, we've done the super project. Paradox. So I'm rolling 1 dice. You're rolling 1 dice. Arthur's not rolling anything.
Come on.
That's
Come
all right.
on, give me a blank one, please. Ah. Oh well.
So pop, another anomaly. has to go there, and you remove one of your warp tiles.
Ooh.
Right, powering up. I have a core, so I'll put that on there, that on there, and get 2 water.
Right, I'm going to spend 3 water for core. So
Just
3
spend
1
1 core.
and 3 core.
You get 2 water.
Thank you.
Look at all that.
Whoa.
4 of them.
Yes,
Nice.
I get no water there.
Right, warping. Now, if this is the last round of the game, you're effectively just saying whatever you want this turn, but you're going to have to pay it off, and if you can't, you lose 2 points.
Oh.
So just be careful about warping something in.
No, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to do that. So what's the penalty?
2 points for each warp tile still on the board at the end of the game. Well, this might completely backfire. Oh, in fact, yeah, oh, this entire thing doesn't work.
Do water.
I need 3 titanium this turn. So,
I'll swap it for 3 uranium.
are you having Stuart?
No, wrong way round.
Titanium and a mech.
Finish your titanium. Right, actions. Stuart starting. The path of progress takes the first action.
Right.
Whilst the path of salvation has a glass of water.
Okay, right, sorry about this. I just need to.
That's fine. It's probably the last round, so. Well, I say probably the last round. Might be. I mean, if one of us evacuates and nobody else does, it's in their interest to try and end it, I think.
I'm going to choose an engineer and go mining.
Yep.
And can I please have a green and a titanium? Can I do that? Yeah.
So
Top
how
one.
do you want to take that?
I'll go.
Because you could do that,
Yeah,
that,
do
and that.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
fine. No problems there.
Engineer jumps in his machine.
Goes
Goes
mining.
mining.
Yeah.
I'll go to the bottom one for some titanium. And I'll take a gold. And I get an extra one.
Yep.
I get an extra one. And I think that extra one has to be a titanium. You knew that.
Yeah. So, if I go mining, I get loads of stuff that I don't want.
I'm familiar with that. I already have loads of stuff I don't want.
So, I really want to evacuate, but to do so, I have to build the 3rd power plant. Building the 3rd power plant means using an engineer to build and getting a discount. And then there's absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to build that, which was the other plan.
Yeah.
So, can't do everything. I send an engineer out. We go here. And I build. Well, that's worth 2 points. How many points is that worth?
3.
3? Oh, well, I'll have that one. I'm not going to use it.
Mhm.
So that goes on there. So I send an engineer so I get a discount. So it costs me that. Oh, and 2 water. Hang on. Your power plants are worth 6 currently.
What distance travelled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Four,
Hang on,
two.
hang on.
So I've got.
Hang on. Just want to check something.
He's got
So
8.
I've got 10.
I think you
10.
might have a. What lab number is it? 402. 402 counts as 2, so it doesn't add 2 to each of them
That's a
for the
shame.
purposes of that. But right now you've still got 8, and I've only got what I'm thinking of, if I take that, I've got 6. If I take that, I've got 7. But either way, it's not 8. So you're going to win that 3 points for having the best time travel devices.
Okay, right.
Can I just change my mind? Mind if I just undo that?
I don't want. It's a learning game.
Not going to do that. So I'm going to get back those 2, and I'm going to get back that one, and I'm going to get back that, and I'm not going to go there, and I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go there and get that.
Oh, yeah. 3 points for everyone.
Because I can build with this,
Yeah.
and I don't need that special bonus. So it gets me an extra 3 points, basically. Okay.
I had a plan, I just realised by spending these, I'm going to lose my bonus points.
Evacuate first.
Ah, that's a good point. So 3, 4, 5. I need one more scientist to evacuate. Okay. So I can get that last scientist. I'm going to use a scientist as administrator.
Scientist as an administrator. So you can't go on these.
Going to recruit.
You can go here.
Yeah, I'll just go on the 1.
Yep. So you spend 1 water and you recruit.
I'm going to have a water, but I'll have a scientist, please. That gives me 1
An extra
water.
1 water. Okay, Arthur.
Benjaxed. Right, okay. I will, as a free action.
Sorry, does that count the scientists on the everywhere? Yeah.
I think it's scientists that you own anywhere they are.
Everyone up, which costs that.
Who are you? You're the path of progress, aren't you?
Yes. Progress.
Path of progress. 2 scientists you have when you evacuate. Tired and busy scientists also count. So busy meaning they've been used for something. What have you done, Arthur? Free action to jam people awake.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
And then, so who can go trading? Scientists?
Anybody.
Anybody can go
But
trading.
administrators are better.
Because they get 2 traits.
Yeah.
Ooh. I have administrator. The administrator jumps in his mech and he goes double trading.
Okay.
And he will trade 4 uranium.
Yeah.
For 6 water.
Okay.
Mm.
And now interesting. So because I can build with that, I can only build with that if that has been used.
Oh, can you?
If that's still available, you can't copy an action unless it's gone.
That counts as one of the capital ones.
Yeah. So I could delay, but the problem is if I delay and use the exosuit for something else, and then neither of you 2 use that space, but then the game won't end. Oh, we could be here forever.
Or at least till 10:30.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already 11:15. So
No, I think I'm gonna do it. So what am I doing? I'm building. Oh no, because I need an exosuit to evacuate.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes. Right. So I want one of you 2 to go there, please. Thank you. Right. Let's just do it quite easily. Let's just use a scientist in there to get 3 water. There you go.
Right, I'm out of here. I'm going to use my last exosuit to scupper.
Evacuation. So you've met your condition. So that's 6 points. You've got 3 breakthrough tiles and 6 scientists. That's another 12. So you get 18 points.
Crikey.
And what you do is you put your counter there.
It's amazing.
Put one of your counters there. Yeah.
I mean, my evacuations are going to be possibly worth 9, maybe.
Paul's got the one.
If I play
he gets
for it.
3 for.
Well, I'm going to lose 2 of those when I build that. But yeah, mine's probably worth 12 points. So 18 is really good. for evacuation. Next question for those people who are watching this video, leave me a comment in the comments. What is the maximum number of victory points you've got from evacuation?
Right, so I am going to, I guess, build.
Is the right answer.
The only question is there any reason I wouldn't go there?
You are not
You
allowed to
can't.
go there.
Because
If
that's
that is available, you have to go there.
All right, well, sadly I'll go there.
Are you building a super project?
No.
You still get the discount of 1 titanium.
Yeah, I think I hadn't realised that. I think I probably could have done this last time. Anyway, never mind. I mean, last era. So, for 1 titanium and 2 gold and 2 water, I can build something.
Your final factory.
Final factory, which would qualify me to evacuate, etc., etc. And it has to be a factory. They're both worth 2 points. This potentially gives me purple then, so 4 and a point. So that goes there. Done.
So I've sent the engineer with his outback conditioner 2 points of water to do the build action. And I will build the thing that I was going to build earlier, which was this one. Yeah, there we go. And that costs me 2 of those, 1 of those, and 2 water. And I can now evacuate. Right. Maybe it won't end. I don't think it will, because nobody's going here. So we're going to go to the full round 7.
Right.
You're going to evacuate before me?
Yeah.
Timing.
I'm just going to get rid of this one at the moment. That one. That should cost me
I think I'm going to get another anomaly as well.
2 gold, 2
Do you mind
water.
do you mind if I use an engineer instead of... If I use the genius instead of the engineer?
There's no point. Genius is anything.
Not for the purpose of the...
No, that is wherever you've got them. Whether they're busy, tired, it doesn't matter. So you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Gets rid of that one. Where does that one go?
Without the anomaly, just pop it back on there.
Back on the top.
Yep. So 2 gold, 2 water, and
Are they all the same? Oh,
yeah, they're all the same. I think in one of the expansions there are
Oh wait,
slightly
I
different
meant to
ones.
put an engineer on that, wasn't I?
Yeah, and then the engineer dies. Sacrificed in a good cause.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
Evacuation time.
Yeah.
Evacuation. How many points you getting?
7, I think. 5 for that, and I've got an engineer somewhere, and I've got a titanium. Does this get spent?
No, you just need to have it. There's 7. So I'm not in any rush to evacuate.
No.
But I will evacuate now. Who are we going to evacuate with? Let's evacuate with an administrator. Oh, Arthur, you need to pop your token on there.
Alright.
So I get 3. I get 12, but minus 3, so I get 9 points. I put my disc on there. We've all now evacuated.
Right, I'm going to time
I should have
travel
waited.
with my scientist.
Yeah, hang on, sorry. Because you two have evacuated, and I know the game is going to go another round.
You're not going to evacuate?
I
Yeah,
don't,
which is it?
I
No one
don't
else
think I'm going to evacuate.
No one
Sorry
else
for
can
that.
take that point. So.
Yeah, let's just quickly undo that. And instead, now you don't have any mechs left. You don't have any mechs left. Nobody can do this action. Yeah. Nobody's got anything on the board like I've got.
I've got nothing to get my core back now, so no.
Right. Okay. So
No, you're
it
safe.
is safe to send a scientist to here and do 2 science actions.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to take a triangle. So it's a whatever. It's a triangle of whatever I want. So let's have some triangular people. It matters. And then my second one will be to all over. And this time I will have people. I'll roll this dice. Triangular people. Oh, again, more triangular people. I hope there's 3 of each tile in here, because I don't know what happens if you take a... Yeah, there it is. Oh, sorry about that. A couple of undos, but yeah.
No worries. Right, I will travel back 1 space to here. Pay the 2 water.
Yep. Clear that off.
Goes there. It's back.
Arthur, got anything else?
Yeah.
I completely forgot. I have to have a build thing to build.
So
Right, did you want to do that?
No, I still got to move up. I was going to do the super build, but obviously I can't without construction. Oh,
the
there's still a
super-
2 one.
There is.
Yeah, but I've got no Mac.
No, mate.
Oh well.
Short on Megs.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I was like, I can just build it. It's fine.
So to remove this, I have to time travel, do I?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's right
So
now. Right
scientists
here, right
will
now.
time travel and remove.
No, you can't pay off a loan from the current era. You got to time travel backwards.
Okay.
Sure, it says that somewhere.
In that case, I will do a different thing.
Yeah, onto any past timeline tile.
I will do a different thing. So, the scientist will go there.
Spend the uranium and the water
Mhm.
to get some neutronium and a point.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. Do I want to do that for a point? Don't know. I want to do that for a point. But I think I will. So we're going to go on here. I'm going to spend 1 water to travel back in time to there and do nothing. We're just going to go sightseeing, take some photos.
Oh, I could do that. Okay.
Get a point.
Absolutely.
Yours doesn't have any points though.
There's just not any points on.
That one's got actual 1 point.
So it's
every time
1
you
point
use it.
when I do it.
No, but don't you get to?
Only if you
That's
get rid of
only
a
if you
tile.
remove the tile.
Okay. So are you out? Are you?
I'm going to use this one. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else. Let's use that one. 1 water for 2
2
gold.
And I will spend 3 water for 2 core.
Right. I'm done. Done. All out.
I am
Finito.
also going to get 1 more victory point here. I'll use my Brainiac for a gold, 1 water.
1 point. 1 neutronium.
Yes. I'm done.
Right. Are we all done?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So retrieve workers. So these are all awake. That one's awake. That one's awake. That one's awake. That one's awake. And everybody else is asleep.
So they came back even though they were evacuated. Okay.
They've gone out. They've evacuated people. So it's not them that's evacuated. It's they've helped evacuate other people, I believe.
The engineer who built something doesn't stay awake, does he?
No. Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
So if I went there.
Oh, sorry. No, here. No, mining. It's awake.
An administrator who traded doesn't stay awake.
Nope.
No. I'm missing one.
I like these little nets. They're cool.
They are nice. Right. Okay. So check for impact. Check for game end. Next era. So we all move our markers to the last era. There are no super projects to reveal.
What happens if we don't use the last tile this round then? Does it end?
It ends. This is the last round.
This is- yeah.
Whichever. Would you mind popping the
These
top
ones?
buildings of each stack? And I'll do this.
What's the penalty for not paying something off?
2 points. But remember, at the end of the game, you get to pay it off without requiring a power plant.
Right, okay.
So we need another administrator and another scientist, and the engineer goes back into pool. And nobody went here or here?
I went there.
Oh, you went there, but you were already first. So we are all set up. Paradoxes. Unfortunately, I'm rolling 2 dice. So that's bad. Arthur, you're rolling
1 dice.
1 dice. Stuart,
I
you're
got
rolling 1 dice. So I'll roll my 2, and I've got a 1 in 36 chance.
Oh.
Okay. So I get another anomaly, but I do get to remove that.
That's good.
But I lose 3 points by doing so.
1.
So you're okay. And Arthur, you're rolling once.
It's irrelevant, isn't it?
It's irrelevant for you. Yeah. Have a paradox. No? Okay, right.
So anything we put down now, we have to pay up at the end of the turn.
End of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's very little point unless it's worth the 2 points for not being able to pay it off. Like for me, if I was to warp in some neutronium and then use it to evacuate, I get 3 points and then don't pay it off. But I will pay it off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Actually, my that is there. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't think I was going to be able to, because I've only got 1 mech this turn.
So presumably you can't pay off mechs at the end of the game
But
because
As long as it's powered up, you should be able to.
Yeah.
As long
Well,
as you have a spare core, can't you?
let's just check how that works.
Or would it have to be here?
Exosuits. An exosuit must be powered up to be returned in this way.
So it'll be on your board.
It's an exosuit that you've taken this turn
Yeah,
and not used.
Wow.
all right,
Okay.
power up. 0,
So there was no way I would have been able to do
1
that.
free exosuit. 2.
So Marco's in the chat. He says you're evacuating the collapsing capital people into your own
I
ark
get free water.
that you built to save all of the people. Except for me, it's caves.
Now it's interesting because there's a timing effect here.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe there isn't. So you only get the water at the end of phase 3, do you?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're doing the power up now, are we? We're on.
We are powering up.
Yeah.
Powered up. 1 suit. I've taken 3 water, and that 1 suit is the evacuation suit.
Okay.
Same over there.
Yes, 3.
Is that
water,
yours or
please.
was that spent?
That was spent.
Spent. And after you're powering up,
3.
What?
and you get 1 water.
I haven't
The
received
empty
1 water.
space. Right. Warping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ooh. Yes. No. Doesn't work. Okay.
Remind me what that remaining space does?
You choose both dice. So you can have whichever tile you want. Have you got any breakthrough tiles?
No.
No. So for you, it doesn't matter. Stuart's got a set of 3 different shapes, so it doesn't matter for you either.
Right.
What would you like? Neutronium,
And 2 water.
2 water. And you're first. Off we go. Last round.
Okay, right. And I am going to travel back
2 spaces back in time.
to here.
Yep.
With my token.
What are you looking for?
This one, and there it is. I got it.
Goes back there. And you can use the mech.
Sorry?
You're using the... Oh,
That's an action, isn't it? I can't then
Sorry, that's not you.
No, it's not my
That's
mech.
not you.
Well, I have it. I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they get rid
So
of
you've
my
gone back
mech.
in time to there. That's that. Right.
Me, yeah. As a free action, I'm going to wake everyone up. Although, actually,
Jabby jabby.
if I do that,
Yeah.
what is the point? Because cores are not worth anything
Nope.
at the end of the game.
It's to use the mechs.
Uranium's not.
Oh, but what would you use the mechs on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to keep a mech back to try to pay off the mech.
So most water is worth 3 points.
Although, yeah, I need people to go in the mechs, wouldn't I? All right, so yeah, okay, so yeah, so as a free action, I will
Lose a morale.
get the
Jab everybody awake.
Yeah, everyone awake. As free actions now get to do something. So I may as well do this before I forget. So I will send a scientist. I'm sure there's one here somewhere. To go back in time to
That's me.
there. To there.
Yep. And 2 water.
Spend 2 water.
Yep.
It gets rid of that.
Gets you a
which
time
gives
travel.
me one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have no way of getting other mechs. So this has to be the one that evacuates.
I forgot you hadn't evacuated yet.
Yeah. It's actually exactly the same as it was last time.
Yeah.
I was hoping to somehow mine and get another Anachrony, and then it would work. So it's 12 points, minus 3, so it's 9 points. Yeah. All of that faffing around and undoing got me 0 points.
Right. I'm going to use my mech to build with the engineer on this one.
Mm-hmm.
1 water.
Yep.
Build the
Building that.
this one.
So that costs
Hopefully.
you
So 2.
2 uranium, 1 titanium. You
Oh,
get
do you get discount even for
discounts as
that?
an
Even on
engineer.
the super. Okay.
Yep.
Didn't realise that.
And you have to lose an engineer
1 engineer
and
then
2 water. And then the circular
triangle.
people or any triangle and any square.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't have circular people, so that's with them. 2 water.
There you go, Grand Reservoir. Nice.
Mm.
Yes, I think that's blown up my turn.
Were you planning to build for 1 water?
Yeah. Actually, no, I couldn't do it in one turn. I think I had to mine first. So
You always get more water, or if you
yeah. So what's people's water? You got 3. You've got.
I've got 6 with an ability to get 3 here for free.
Ooh, nice.
Right. So let's have a look at this. So what? This is for time travel mode.
That's Stuart's.
Yeah. This one is which?
That is time travel, which that's Stuart as well.
This one.
Morale, which is me. Most super projects, all of us.
Yeah.
Most water might be me.
Or might not, depending on what I do.
I think Stuart's got this
That's the only one I got it.
based on 18 points for an evacuation
Ooh.
and quite a lot of buildings.
So I'm probably in the collecting water.
Although I have 6 points here coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, close.
Okay, so I will send. Who's good for collecting water? Scientists.
Scientists.
To give me 4 water.
Water.
1, 2, 3.
So I will send a scientist here. We'll go back in
I
time.
need a way to get more cores. That's what I need.
This is me, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually, I'll use that one. And 1 water to get a point. And then when I'm there, I'll spend the titanium that I don't have. Wait a minute.
Oh no. Wait a turn and do it.
Not thinking straight. Well, I've no way of getting the titanium. Got all of this stuff. I thought that was neutronium. Oh no, neutronium's here. Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine.
yes,
It's
go
just
back
a
that
different
far.
thing.
Yeah.
So I go on there. I go back 1, 2, 3. I spend the neutronium to remove that to move that to there.
Nice. Now
Which
we're trying
ties
for
with
that.
you.
Ooh. And I can't. Oh, I can travel.
Right, you go.
I do have to. My go, yeah?
You go.
Okay, so I am going to wake everyone up. That will be the person that can do that.
Arthur.
So you've got 6 water and can make another 3? Is that
I
right?
have 6 water and can make another 3 easily in the current situation.
Yeah. All right. So I have 5 and I can make another 4. Oh no, I can't. Yes, I can. I'll send a genius to the water generation.
Let's get another 4.
4,
So how many have you now got?
9.
Nice.
So I need to decide if I want to carry on with that.
Yeah.
Now you get another 3, so you'd have 9.
And the answer is no. I will clear both of these anomalies for 6 points instead. So this engineer goes into here.
Is there only 3 victory points for those, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
We'll spend 1 of those, 2 water, and okay, done.
Right. So you've got an awake genius. So you can go to 7. Can you?
I could get to 7.
In that case, I will send.
Should I have
Choose
that?
go.
Oh, sorry.
I will just put a administrator here for 2 gold.
At the cost of
Nothing.
freeze it.
Yeah.
So
Because I've
one
got that
water.
mark 1.
Oh, it would be 1 water,
Yeah,
but it's
I've
not
got
1
minus
water because you just take it from your grand reservoir.
If I don't pay this off,
Minus 2 points.
minus 2 points.
But if you do pay it off, it's effectively 5 points. Because your time travel will go to 8, which is an extra 2, and it ties with us at the moment, which is an extra 3.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What, so at the end, if you pay it off, you get a time travel point for it?
No. I think it means if he pays it off now.
You can't time travel though, can you?
Oh, no, you can't. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Slight flaw in the plan. The
forget
power
that.
plant is already full.
Right, I'll go here. I'll spend a uranium and a water.
1
Neutronium.
point and neutronium. Yeah, I could have done with one of the buildings that generated neutronium. Good. Right, so back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to tell you, but I can do that as well. I've just realised. So I do that to get 2 water. As a free action.
Ooh.
Now, I still have to make a decision because that's a free action. That's not my action. So I'm now on 6 and potentially go to 9.
Mhm.
What are you on?
8.
Ooh.
So it's better for me to take the 3 points and take them off you than it is to give you the 3 points and me to...
But he's still got 1 more mech, so
He's got 1 more mech, but he needs to save that mech.
Oh,
But if you don't...
yeah.
Oh, so
Do
what
it
you could
because-
do... No, it's better for you, isn't it? It'd be better for you to get the 3 water to beat me and lose the 2 points for not paying the mech back, because that's a net gain of 1, and it costs me 3. So I think we'll give you that. We could go round in circles with his maths for days. We're going to send this genius into here, and he says, "But not me. I'm a genius."
He killed your
Yeah,
genius.
yeah, mate.
Ah. He's worked hard all this.
He's yeah.
Right, I'll just spend 1 scientist here for 1 gold for 1 victory point. I do get the purple as well, but it doesn't really do anything now, does it?
But you can have it.
Ooh, thank you.
'Cause
Right.
It's shiny.
So I could do this stuff, but I don't think it gets me.
So I
anything.
could still go to 7 water.
Could you?
Because what I could do is I could prod everybody awake.
Yeah.
And then use 1 of them on there to get 3 water.
Ooh, yes.
So I could get to 7 water.
Lose 2 points. Gain one.
I'd lose 2 points for doing so.
Yeah, I'll pull it. I'll pass. I think. Yeah, pass.
And funnily enough, I could jab people awake. Oh no, I can't. Why is that there? That shouldn't be there. I've not
No,
done
that
it,
was
so
before.
that was from ages ago.
Yeah.
So I could jab people awake, get them all back, go there, get the 3 water, spend the 3 water to boost the morale to get back to where I was.
All that
For zero effect. So I think I'm done. This will be the first game I've played in a long time where it's gone for the full distance.
Is it because it's not 4-player? Maybe.
No, 4 player, you have an extra space. I think it's just because the way things worked out at the
No
end.
one wanted any research, did they?
No.
Right, I will get rid of this one. 2 water.
One of those, 2 water,
Not one
and
water, no.
some random person
Let's
who we
get
don't like anymore.
rid of the administrator.
Alan. Get rid of Alan.
Just does paperwork. Useless.
You got anything else, Arthur?
No, I'm done.
Are you all done?
All done.
I'm all done.
Don't think I can do anything. Oh wait, is there any? Need it. Oh no! I've got that one. Don't have my Mac. Got my 2 water. Got that one. Right, that's right. That's all that cleared. Bar 1. No.
Right. So, game is
Oh
over.
wait, sorry.
Nope.
I can still tell. I can still travel. Time.
You can?
Let's pay that one off. So 1 water there. To travel to here.
So go back to there. Go back
Pay
to
off
there.
that one.
Oh,
Get rid of that.
that's a massive difference in points now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, big difference. It's taken another 3 points
But
off me.
I've lost the water one.
Did you have the water one?
Oh, that didn't cost me any water because I've got this one. So I need the water back, please.
But you've not got the water one because Arthur's got the most.
I mean to pay off the water.
Oh, right, that one.
I need 2 water to pay off that
Yes.
one, which I spent 1 on there, which I didn't
So,
need to spend. 'cause
game
I've
is
got my
over.
reservoir.
Untangle the continuum. Spend your resources to get rid of as many tiles as you can. I can't get rid of that one, so I lose 2 points.
Okay.
There's the mech. Done. So yours is a mech.
I cannot
You
get rid of the
can't,
mech.
do the
so
2 points.
2 points. I can get rid of the water
And the neutronium.
neutronium.
Next, score end game conditions.
Thank you.
So the first one, Stuart, 3 points. I'll give you a 5 and take 2 ones.
Cool.
Next one is timey-wimey warping stuff, which is you. That's 3 points. Next one is morale, which is me. It is 1, 2, 3 points. Next one is super projects. So we all get 3 points. Yay. Yes, I am going to give us all 3 points.
Give me a 5.
I'll give you 5. Yeah, 1 more super project, and it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-point swing. And water.
3 points.
Another 5. Final scoring. So what you now do is you add up the points from your buildings, printed value, the anomalies, if you had any left, your super projects, your time travel, your morale, any timeline penalties, which I think we've just done, and end game conditions. I don't know where the end game conditions are. And then breakthroughs as well. So if we do mine first.
These are the end game conditions.
Yeah. Well, kind of already. No, that's end game conditions. It's. Okay, yeah. So we'll do mine first. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 26. And then I've got 3 of those. So that's 29. So -1 is 30. I'm just going to count these as 10 each. And I think that's it. I've done anomalies, super projects, buildings, time travel, morale, victory. Yeah, okay. What you got? 2, 4, 6, 18, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 31, 31.
What, just on this bit? We do
And that and that.
Okay, yeah.
So I make it 31.
21.
21. So if you want to take two paradox tokens and another one. Paradox tokens are 10s.
Oh, okay.
They are now.
Okay.
And that is... Oh, do you have any breakthroughs left?
Any what?
You had
Just
one breakthrough left. You said 1 point.
Woo.
Any breakthroughs?
Nope.
Right. Add them up. 46. My money's on Stuart.
62.
Oh, easy.
36.
There you go. That is it.
Cool.
Initial thoughts.
Yeah, really good.
Do you want to
fun.
invite Stuart around again?
Yeah, that's a good.
You picked it up really quick. You
Yeah.
both. I mean, you're an experienced gamer.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
less experienced, but you picked it up.
Yeah, it's
Really, really quick.
It's a good game, I think. It's obviously an engine builder. I don't think I did a very good job building an engine, which,
This bit is, yeah.
and I probably also frittered away some workers maybe before their time, which didn't help. So, sort of,
Yeah.
yeah, don't get rolling, then you don't get rolling, do you?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I had very high expectations based on what I'd heard.
The popularity of the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's good. I don't think it's great.
You don't think it's as good as what you've heard about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having said that, as you say, there are lots of expansions. I mean, almost like it was very. I found it very frustrating, to be honest. But that's probably like a forward plan.
First game as well,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
there is a planning element of, oh, I need to do that, and then I need to do this, and things like that.
Yeah.
So there is that in it. So Stuart, relatively new to heavy gaming.
Yep.
You've played. What have you played in the last few months?
Castle of Burgundy.
Castle of Burgundy.
Yeah.
You played Root the other
Root,
night, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Good fun.
Played Flamme Rouge with me.
Yes.
Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
That's
Is this
it.
the heaviest you've played?
Yeah,
Okay.
it probably is. It was really good fun. Lots of stuff to juggle
Root's pretty
around
heavy.
with. So yeah, it's good fun when you sort of get your board together. So then you're like planning, okay, what should I do over here? What should I do there? And you've got to try and manage everything at once. Yeah, it's cool. Good.
For me, it's not quite a top 10 game, but it could be. I love it. I just think the flow of it. I get what you're saying,
It's
and
a
I
bit fiddly,
have that.
Yeah.
It's a David Turtsy game, so there is a I've got to move this and I've got to move
Yeah.
this. There's that element to it. Now I need to preface this with Mind Clash games are one of my clients. I do a lot of work with Mind Clash games. I've not done anything professional with this game. Oh no, I did. I did a sponsored playthrough of the expansion when it was on Kickstarter about 3 years ago. But I've had nothing to do with the design of this game, the development. I've not done any paid videos for this game, and I'm personal friends with the designer. So putting that aside, I love it. I think it's really good. I love the theme of the game for a start. Not that the theme matters, but it actually, I think it sort of fits.
It
works.
does help, although I think it's a bit. It kind of breaks down when you've all escaped, but you're still playing the game.
Well, no, you're not evacuating you.
Aren't you? Okay.
No. You are going and you are evacuating people into the arc or the safe area that you have built.
Oh, okay.
That's what that represents.
But we're not the people who are the workers. Okay.
Yeah. Some people criticised the time travel bit as just a glorified loan mechanism.
Which it is.
It is a loan mechanism, but it's cool.
Yeah, it gives you more stuff to.
I
look
love
for.
the fact that you borrow something from the future, and then later in the game you have to actually send that thing back to yourself. It's just brilliant. I've
And
never
you've
seen
got
that
to
before.
make sure you're in the right timeline to build what you want to build.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So how does it scale? Is there a different board or something for the four
So
player?
yeah, the 4-player side has an extra space.
Does it
on
have an
each of
extra mining space
Nope.
as well?
them.
Oh,
No
just-
extra mining space.
Well,
Just slide them up.
Twice a lot of turns I wanted to do something. I couldn't get this one space. Yeah, I had to do several things where I could get to the space I wanted to do the thing.
Yeah. I always wanted more.
And then it
depth.
had already been taken by them.
Yeah.
Although this ability is quite good. The ability to create cores, that's from water.
So the only difference is a third space on each one.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just talk a minute about the other bits that are included. So the base game comes with these alternative warp tiles that we mentioned, but you need to take a look at turn order, and you need to be very, very careful with how many you put in and when you put them in, because there are bad things that happen or good things that happen. So it's just another thing that you need to think about. But that
Are
adds to
these
the game.
on display the whole game? All of them?
No.
They
Yes,
turn over as you
I
go.
think they are. I think they're all on display at the start.
So
But
you can look
you
at
don't want to
the-
look too far ahead, I don't think, because it's. But you can see what's coming ahead for. Oh, do I
Well,
want to be first in turn
here
order?
and make sure I don't get that red one.
Yeah. So this is the alternative timeline tiles. Where is it? Optional rules. After setting up the timeline, turn each one to its crimson coloured side. Yeah. So that's that. There is also a set of cards, so you can draft cards to get starting assets instead of just having it fixed based on this. There's that you can do. There is a gameplay variant for the end game conditions. So instead of having 5 visible, in a 3 and 4 player game, we deal 2 each. We each simultaneously pick one of those 2, reveal it, and then from the undealt cards, we add 2 more. So basically, we have a bit of a choice
A little bit, yeah.
about what the end game scoring cards are. But they are the variants for the base game.
Yeah.
The expansions, there's a whole load of them. So the first expansion that came out was the Doomsday module. So the Doomsday module uses an extra track, which you put on the board. So this one, I've never played with this, but basically, you place a random face-up level 1 experiment card. So there are experiment cards which go below the timeline, and from what I remember, you've got 2 of the factions. It's all about this disaster, which we all know is coming. But 2 of the factions are trying to prevent it from coming, and 2 of them want it to come, or something like that. But they're basically moving up and down this board. By conducting various experiments, you can actively influence the event chain leading up to the impact, potentially mitigating its effects completely. But not all paths share the vision of saving Earth from the second cataclysm. Some rather see it as a way to overcome their rival paths once and for all. So 2 of the factions are, trying to make it happen, and 2 of them are trying to prevent it happening. So that's that, but that's a whole extra bunch of stuff. The other module, which I've also never played, but I really want to play this one. This is the Pioneers of New Earth. Basically, in each of your packs, you should have a mech suit.
Yeah.
And it's an adventure board. And what you can do is you can actually build a mech and send it out into the wilderness, and you go on these adventures. And there's like decks of cards. A new action, the adventure on a separate mini board. You use your exosuit to venture out to New Earth's harsh landscape, take on adventures, need exosuit power, which can be obtained by upgrading their exosuit model with resources. So what you do is there's your exosuit, you spend resources and you upgrade the exosuit.
I'm not sure I've got one. It's different.
It's a card.
Yeah,
It's
it's
card
quite
stock.
a thick one.
Oh.
You haven't got it there.
It's downstairs because it's got the picture on that I'm using to paint those. So there's that. And again, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and you can upgrade the sensors, you can do a power upgrade, you can do all sorts of things. There is the Guardians of the Council module, where there is an extra board with 6 mechs on it, which are the Guardians. You gain access to a new path-independent exosuit type. When you take a World Council action, you may permanently enlist one of the Guardians for your cause, and it can operate without a worker, and they've even got their own designated action space. So you basically go out and hire these mechs that act as workers on their own. So there's all of that. And then, so that was all with the base game when it first came out. And then the expansion set was Fractures of Time. Fractures of Time completely turned the game on its head with a separate rule book somewhere. Well, you each get another player board. I remember that much. Where are the other rule books? Here. Now, I've only ever played Fractures of Time twice. Where is it? Future Imperfect. I thought it was called Fractures of Time. Is this it? Is this it? Or is this something else? This is a modular expansion including 4 new gameplay modules. I think this is something different. No, this is whole extra new stuff. Yeah, I have no idea what any of this stuff is. But there's 4 extra modules that you can add on. Where's Fractures of Time? Oh, and there's Mike's in the chat saying there's a whole chart of what modules can be used with what. Yeah, I don't know where my rule book is for Fractures of Time, unless it's in here. I'm just missing it. Oh, and there's supposed to be some dark blue water counters. Right. I've misplaced those. There's some dark blue water counters that represent 5s. I need to find them.
Or was that meant to be in the game?
It's supposed to be in the game.
That's why
yeah,
we were
that's
running
why
out
we
of
were
water.
running out of water.
Makes sense.
There are some 5s somewhere. Let me just find it. If I can't find it, I will try and tell you how Fractures of Time worked. Because I'm not seeing it in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in here. So, Fractures of Time, the biggest change was the game only lasts 5 rounds instead of 7. But you have these. It's a completely new resource. And these are flux capacitors, I think they're called. And they give you the ability to blink. What that means is reuse a mech. So you go here, you do this action, you then spend one of these, you blink, and you go over there. You go back in time a little bit.
Does that then free up
And
that
that
space
frees
for
up
someone
that
else?
space.
Okay.
And this is why it's 5 rounds instead of 7, because you're actually doing a lot more actions within a round than you would normally do. And action spaces are freeing up and going elsewhere. But yeah, you have a whole extra board where you get these things and you can do all sorts of extra stuff. The people who I've played it with have said they'd never play the base Anachrony again once they played with it.
Oh, okay.
Because it just really changes it, makes it more interesting. And just before we disappear, just flip over your balls to the B side, and you will see the asymmetric nature of these, because this is different, this is different, this is different.
Can we use any material?
Looks like it for you.
That would have been handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can use materials there instead of cores. My morale path is smaller here. Some of them have different points up here. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and then it jumps to 12. So all of a sudden I've got a big bump there. Oh, it isn't 4. I thought it was 4 for that.
Mine's 4.
Okay, the rule book for Fractures of Time should be separated. Yeah, I hope I've not lost it.
I got 4.
You've got 4.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
You
I-
can have 4 paradoxes. I knew
Yeah.
one of them could. And I don't know what your side does, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks
the cost of these might be slightly changed as well.
Probably. Well, I do seem to recollect that was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.
So yeah, slight changes on those, and then you've got this, which is
Water's cheaper.
A or B.
Ah, yes, okay. That will be a good.
So with these, you either all use the A or you all use the B. You can't mix and match. With these, I think you can decide. Oh, you don't get water.
Oh.
With these, you have to decide randomly. So you can't choose which side you use, but the other side has a different evacuation condition. So today, I think we all use the A side.
Yeah.
But you would normally decide randomly which one you have. And that gives you a very different set of objectives.
Yeah.
You've got to meet an end. No, what was
I
that?
think your morale has to be
Morale.
at the max. Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And for anybody who wants to play this game on Board Game Arena, it is on Board Game Arena. You can play the base game of this on Board Game Arena for free.
What is Board Game Arena?
Well, I'll show you Board Game Arena once we've packed the game up.
Call yourself a gamer? You've never heard of board game arena? Honestly, you'll be telling me you've never.
You only dropped me a message 2 months ago,
You'll be telling
Yeah.
me.
and here you're playing an acronym. I'm beating
what,
us.
sorry?
What is your?
No.
What's the other one?
Yukata.
Yukata.
Yukata. There's
Yeah.
lots of them around. We'll show Stuart those when he's gone, and then he won't sleep for the next week. But no, thank you to you two for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for
Great
having
chance to play it.
Thank you to everybody for watching. As I mentioned at the start, this is not a sponsored video, so a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. All of the advertising revenue from all of the views go to charity, so not made any money out of today at all. And I'm only able to do that thanks to the Patreon support. So thank you very much to all of you, and I'll be back next week with some more playthrough videos. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.